hang on? What do you mean
Wait, I
hang
need to
on?
check my phone because
You
then
can't say hang on when we immediately start. That's not how it works.
No, because I can see.
Yeah, we're on. No, wait.
Yes, we're live. We're live.
Get me
We've just
sour.
got the message on YouTube. On Gmail. It just told me that we're live. So.
All right, cool.
Oh wait, we're
It's
over
up
there.
it's
Why
up-
am I doing it to here? You're not here. You're over here. There you go. That's
Hello, wrestling fans.
Welcome to another live edition of the Suplah. We are talking Extreme Rules. If you don't know who I am Andy Quad, and with me as always is Sam Hills.
Why'd you drop the thing when I'm being introduced? You fucking no professionalism. Hello.
And with me sometimes, but not right now, is Liam Dunn, and also is Carmine Hunter.
Why is he doing this?
Because he is the current owner
That's so annoying.
It's good to be champ.
of the little toy belt.
With me as always is Carmine Hunter. Nelly.
I mean, I'm only sometimes here, but thanks for the boost,
No,
Andy.
you're always here, whether you're in spirit or, in fact, not here at all. You're always here.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm always here in some way, even if it's zero.
So of
Yeah.
course, if you've missed the recent title change that happened on the latest episode, I don't know why I keep looking down here. You're over here. If you missed the latest title change that happened on the Suplah, I don't know why you're watching this because most people only know us from the shows. But Andy had forfeited his belt because I challenged him to watch a horror film that he did not want to watch. So he handed it over during the recording of the show. Thank you very much, Andrew Quain.
You haven't been introduced, by the way, so I don't know who you are. Like, who are you?
This is
It's
the-
fine.
Yeah,
I'm the
who are
champ. No, I'm the champ. I'm the champ. I don't need
Okay,
any
hi, the
introduction.
champ.
I'm the champion.
First name
I'm the
Ver,
champion.
last name Champ.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just call me champ.
Hi,
It's
Ver.
fine.
Liam Dunn.
No, I'm going to call you Ver. We're on a first name basis.
Yeah,
No, champ.
Liam Dunn.
Champ.
Hi, Ver.
I'm champ.
Are we ever going to have a good introduction to these fucking shows? Or are we just forever doomed to be a shit show?
What a stupid question. No, it's never going to happen. And you're over there, not there. Why do I keep looking there?
Keep looking down. Look
God
at
sakes,
there.
like
You're
I
over
set this
there.
up wrong. So this Sunday, which is right now, is Extreme
Today.
Rules.
This Sunday, also known as today. Oh, we're off to a great start,
On
everybody.
this episode of the Suplah, we teach Andy how days work.
So yes. It's
Oh, look,
Extreme
now he
Rules.
thinks he's Pete Dunne.
Cute.
It's Extreme
Anyway,
Rules.
We have the
What
same
happens to-
surname, so it works.
What happens today, Andy?
It's Extreme
Sunday.
Rules. Rules. Extreme pay-per-view where they go extreme. Did you know they go
Rules.
extreme, guys? They go extreme.
Extreme.
It's
yes,
so
except-
extreme.
No. They go extreme, but there's a disclaimer, right? Except for one match, which is the Intercontinental title, which if Dean Ambrose gets disqualified, he loses the belt.
So that's not
It's basically
That's
like
not
they're
extreme.
torturing. It's like they're torturing Dean because like he's normally a hardcore guy anyway, and it's like this is Extreme Rules, except for you, Dean. If you do anything extreme, you're fucking fired.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean-
Specifically, Dean. Miz can do anything, but if Dean does anything.
Oh, so because I thought it was just a normal match that if Dean got disqualified, so Miz can just whack out a chair.
I mean,
feel
Miz
I
can
think
get
maybe the only stipulation that's like specified is if Dean gets disqualified, he loses the belt. It doesn't say anything about Miz being able to hit him with chairs and shit.
Yeah, I think the fact that there even is disqualifications means it's a normal match, and Miz can get disqualified. He just won't win the belt.
so yeah, there's a disclaimer. It's Extreme Rules except for one match.
Also, the
Oh,
name
that's
Extreme Rules is an oxymoron anyway, so there's no logic.
No,
here.
there are rules. They're just really extreme because fuck.
For one night where there are no rules, extreme rules. So there are
There's
rules.
plenty of rules.
It's fucking dumb.
It's just the rules are weird. In
Who do we
this
have?
one,
The
the
whole
chat
there
so
are
far.
there are no rules doesn't make sense because there has to be rules. Otherwise, how would a match end?
It's just the anarchy.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, there could potentially someday be a pay-per-view where every match is no holds barred, and that would almost qualify. But it's like, why would you even want to watch that? It would get boring after a while.
That's just
It's
UFC.
it's almost as if these themed pay-per-views aren't a great idea.
It's almost like they've always been stupid.
Welcome to the stream, everybody, where we tear everything to the ground in the first 5 minutes, and we all have a miserable time for 2
Oh,
hours.
may as well go into the broadcast.
All right, so this week I got nothing. I can't carry
This
on.
week,
Wow! We're the joke smiths round here, guys.
Speaking of things, in the first match tonight on the pre-show, it will be Kalisto going against Apollo Crews.
Why?
I thought Kalisto
When was
was
this
on
announced?
SmackDown.
No.
Yeah, they're both on Smack. What?
No,
they
Apollo's
got
on Raw with
shook up.
Titus.
They got shook up in the shake-up thing. No, yeah.
Who?
When was this announced?
No, that's New Day's catchphrase, Andy. Who is New Day's catchphrase?
Fuck it.
Wow, there you go then.
No, that's
So-
just Tigger's catchphrase. You're still not getting it right.
Like he
No
goes, he
way.
goes, fuck it.
Yeah,
No,
no,
Tigger
Winnie the
doesn't
Pooh's
say
like,
fuck it.
no, yeah, Winnie the Pooh's like, oh,
Pooh Bear? Fuck it.
yeah, Winnie the Pooh's like, oh bother, I didn't get the honey, and then Tigger's like, fuck it.
Did anyone see Keelan walk past just going, who?
Oh, I didn't hear him, I saw him.
Oh, sake. So who's
I'm
going
not
to
even paying
win?
attention.
Because I don't care about this match
the
and
fuck-
nor does anyone else.
Probably gonna win because they're gonna push the Titus thing.
I mean, I would
Yeah, what
say,
is this Titus thing?
yeah. Okay, I'll stop talking then.
You
Like, what is
explain
it? What is the Titus brand? Like, what is it? What is it?
I don't know. Push Vince. That's what the Titus brand is. Just shove Vince. That's
I
what
think so. The stupid storyline is that Titus is like recruited Apollo Crews to be like, oh, I'm extending the Titus brand. We're fucking going global, and Apollo's like, I don't really like you, and it's kind of cool, but it needs something to go off of, so they need to win this match. So I think they're gonna win.
I didn't even know this match was happening. Like,
I didn't either.
that's how unimportant it is. Like, why is he facing Kalisto? They were friends like 2 months ago.
Yeah, well, Titus is fuck it.
Titus turned Apollo to the dark side, despite Apollo having no personality whatsoever.
Actually, this
Sign
is
in
the
the
most
first
interesting
place.
Apollo's been in a long time. By
Yeah, and
that,
it's
I mean
because of
ever.
Titus O'Neil. What does that say about Apollo Crews? But the only thing that makes him interesting is Titus O'Neil.
It's just an interesting dynamic that like Titus is like, I'm an asshole and I'm gonna help you, kid, and then Apollo's like, I don't like you or anything you do. It's an interesting, different
But
dynamic.
you are helping me, so I will stay with you anyway.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic, and I like it. And I'll at least give him credit that it's new and interesting. It's not as boring as either of them were doing before. So they should win this match, or Apollo should win this match.
Yeah,
Alright,
it's not,
that's
it's
really
not a
ex-
handicap match.
Predictions time.
Okay, go on.
I'm going with Apollo. Who are you going with?
I would say Kalisto because he got a win over Braun Strowman, but it makes more sense for Apollo to win because there's more to the storyline. Kalisto's not really in anything. He just kind of looks like he looks right now like one of those cosplayers you see at Comic-Con who's trying to be a superhero but a really obscure superhero that no one knows of. That's what Kalisto looks like to me right now.
I mean, he just looks like he's a WWE wrestler cosplaying a Lucha Underground wrestler.
I thought you were going to say a WWE wrestler cosplaying as a WWE wrestler. I mean, yeah.
No, that's Charlie Haas. That was his gimmick.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Sorry, my bad.
But yeah, Apollo.
Yeah,
Yes.
this
I
match
mean,
is
yeah, it's a foregone conclusion. That's why it's on the pre-show. But let's see what the chat says, shall we?
What does
Let's
the
do
chat say,
that.
Sam?
Bullet Club versus the Shield says, I'm more interested in R-Truth versus Goldust, to be honest. And yeah.
That actually
I mean, it's
is
one of
pretty
many
interesting.
like tag team splits that have happened lately because there have been so many in the past like couple of months. But yeah,
But at least
it's better than being a team and not doing anything.
Well,
Yeah.
Golden Truth feels like, there is some history there. They've been together, like, what, over a year now?
I think it's about a year. Like I don't
That's longer
fucking
than any
know.
relationship he's had, so... I mean, it's pretty sad.
Welcome to the Suplah, where we
Actually,
take
you know
everything
what?
involving wrestling and use it to demean Andy.
true,
It's a
though.
fun game. We should take every match on this
That's actually
card
true.
and we should see how it can demean Andy. This is great. I want to make a little mini game out of this.
That's
So the main event
First point to me!
No, I've got first point to you.
Yeah, who can get the most points out of this? This is gonna be
Oh,
fun.
who's gonna fucking basically piss me off and make me cry
Oh,
first?
fuck off, Andy. It's fun.
Oh yeah, and
It's
for
a
everyone
fun.
else.
It's right for the whole family!
You know what? My whole family take the piss out of me as well. What's wrong with this shit?
How can rats take the piss out of you?
Oh,
My
whoa.
family's rats.
That was just
You're a rat
oh,
boy! You're a rat boy! You look like a rat.
You're literally calling him a rat boy. That's not even clever.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What are you doing?
Well, I did say hamster,
At least be
but
clever.
now he's grown up. He looks a bit more like a rat.
Hamsters do not turn into rats. You fucking idiot.
No, yeah, the hamster eats a lot, and then it gets into a little cocoon, and then it sprouts into a beautiful rat.
It's like Pokemon, except
There we
Andy.
go. I was
And
waiting. I
he's-
was waiting for him to fucking bring it up, right? And then
He's
yeah,
He's the final evolution of a hamster.
the hamster turned out fucking.
This is a
weird.
really bad starter. I prefer Bulbasaur.
No, it's not even a starter. It's like the really
Your
shitty
rats
stuff.
evolved into Andrew Kwan. Hello.
Hello.
I want a refund on my starter.
It's like, you know when you get the
Doesn't
magic
work.
art? You know when you buy the magic art from that guy and it does nothing?
Yeah.
So are you saying that Andy's like the worthless Pokemon that you bought from a shady dude in like computer?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, at least fucking Magikarp evolves into a fucking Gyarados. What does Andy just stays the same?
We're making jokes. Andy's gonna evolve into a fucking dragonfish someday.
And he's not in fucking
then
water.
he's
So
gonna-
good luck
That's
to him.
That's his
then
mega
he's gonna
evolution.
eat Liam.
Wow.
Then he's gonna eat Liam out of rage.
Anyway, so
The
as we
lake
were
of
saying,
rage.
what's the next match?
There's more in the chat. There's more in the chat.
Oh, it's-
Oh, okay.
God, no
Here's a
more rat
refreshing
talk.
perspective. Oh, shut up about rats, Andy. We moved on. It's over. Alex
home.
King says making fun of Andy is old. We're
Yeah,
getting
get
old.
over it.
We'll stop then.
There you go.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Who are we going to make fun of now? Who's going to replace Andy?
Oh, he wants me. He wants me to be the new
No,
guy.
because
I've got a girlfriend.
No,
Do you know
we're not
that?
allowed to make fun of you.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm good. I'm cool.
You're cool.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go with
What's
that.
the next match?
Okay.
So the next match is Rich Swan
It's just Rich Swan.
and
Okay,
Sasha
there we
Banks against Noam Dar and Alicia Fox in a mixed tag team match.
Alicia Fox.
Pride of.
Pride of Scotland.
Oh,
Right.
fucking-
So I don't really know much about this because I don't really watch 205 Live or the Cruiserweights. I don't know why I keep looking down here. You're over there. I don't really watch the Cruiserweights.
Hey,
So,
bitch, my eyes are up
anything.
here.
You
Stop
know what?
looking
I
down.
can move. I can move that right now if you want.
That's fine. You keep doing it as well.
No, I don't. So
Okay,
what do you
so that
think?
was
You know,
weird.
Well, it's fine.
Stop staring
Let's
at us
make
to
it
try and
awkward.
prove a point, alright? Let's talk about this match. You don't know why it's happening? I can explain for you.
Explain.
So, Noam Dar is currently holder of the Alicia Fox World Championship,
Mhm.
having defeated both Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander at various points. So he is now in possession of Alicia Fox.
Right.
That's the groundwork. Sasha Banks is there. Rich Swann is there because... You okay, Andy?
I took a sip of tea at the wrong time.
Stop drinking when we're being funny, then.
I can't help
Yeah.
it. I'm thirsty.
So, Rich, we know you're thirsty, Andy. You've been thirsty for
Not
40
in
years.
many ways. So many ways.
Anyway, Rich Swann is feuding with Noam Dar because... You know, reasons, right? I know I said I could explain it, and I'm trying my best. I'm doing the best I can, but there's only so much they really say. There was a segment one week where a box of powder exploded that might have something to do with this. I don't know. Cruiserweights. Mixed
Andy's
tag.
fandangling right now.
No, I'm
What
doing
the
the,
fuck's he doing?
I'm doing the Rich Swan dance.
That's not the Rich Swan dance. That's a medical issue.
Right.
Get that
Can I
looked
just say?
What?
He doesn't fucking help himself in terms of us stopping making fun of him, right? How we can't help it when he's doing shit like this.
That is true, to be fair.
I see your point now, and I will stop doing that.
No, please do. We need more
Also,
ammunition.
someone teach me how to dance. All I can just do is the Celtic dance.
No one can teach you how to dance.
Brooks, when you're there, that's what you should do: is teach him how to dance.
You're half Irish. You can't dance.
What do you mean when I'm there?
When would you go? When is this not a okay?
Fucking hell,
God
Karma.
damn it, Carl!
For fuck's sake! For fuck's sake!
I've had enough of this shit!
What
You
the
literally killed him.
What the fuck has happened? Did you fall down?
No. I definitely
So Andy's
did-
now taking bumps.
I definitely did not just fall down. My arm really
Right.
hurts. Fuck.
Fuck's sake, Karma.
So this match has no reason to exist, is what we've decided.
Pretty much. Yeah, there's no reason for it. Other than to have the cruiserweights on a fucking Raw pay-per-view. They already have them there. You already have a title match. Why do you need mixed tag? Oh yeah, because Sasha Banks is now on 205 Live to try and boost ratings. Because they're fucking awful.
Maybe
Yeah.
you can boost ratings by actually putting on good storylines. I don't want to say good
Well,
matches. I want to say good
I mean, shit,
storylines. with
Compelling
good
characters.
Yeah.
This
They
Neville and
technically
Aries
do.
thing is the best thing they've done ever.
Well, yeah, but that's on Raw. That doesn't really count. But the 205
Yeah.
Live itself, it has a plethora of things they can do and have been doing. It's just not working for some reason.
No.
Don't know why.
I think well, Andy said it quite well. You said it should be at Full Sail.
Yeah. Because the problem
Hmm.
is, like, when they took it on the when it was at Full Sail, all the smarky little gimps were like, "I love this. This is great." And then, but as soon as they took it on the road, unfortunately, casual fans are gonna look at them and go, "Who are these people? Why do I care? Oh wait, I don't." And that's why during 205 Live, which I've seen bits of, they just kind of sit in their hands and they don't make any noise because they don't know who these people are and they don't care.
Well, to be
So
fair, I
if
think
I-
that's because of the
give 'em-
placement of the tapings. Like, it's weird
Yeah.
because they do SmackDown, then they do 205 Live, then they do SmackDown Dark matches. Why not just
Yeah.
start that entire session with 205 and then go on to SmackDown? Doesn't make any sense.
It would make more sense because anyone who says that they can't do that, I would say, is bullshit because they do the pre-show before a pay-per-view, so people do tune in to that. So, and I'm not even talking about the network specifically. I'm talking about if you don't have the network, you can watch it on YouTube, which we already know about wrestling in YouTube. But then you can buy it on pay-per-view, so that you can do that. I don't know why they don't do 205 Live as the starter. No offense to the cruiserweights, but when you have to go up against the likes of Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and then you have to follow those guys for the next hour. The thing is that they're the big stars of SmackDown of the night, and they're on probably 2/3 of the way into it, and then people don't really care. I think if it was in a different place in the cards, because the thing is as well is that, Chris Jericho, he said that the way cruiserweights are have changed. So I understand that. But if you're going to go with if we're going to say that 205 Live and cruiserweights are spot monkeys who dive around, if you want to put that stereotype on them, they should start the show because that's what they're meant to do. They are supposed to get the excitement and get the crowd on their feet.
But half the problem is the majority of your roster now have that style where they all do spots and shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, just look
It's
at
like,
AJ
what the
Styles.
fuck's the point?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what Chris Jericho said. He said the cruiserweights have changed. They're basically like the heavyweights in terms of their style. They're just smaller. Whereas back in the 90s, it was all flips and dives and dives and dives. So I see what he means, but I think you still have a chance. Put them on at the start. They can be the ones that rile the crowd up. And I think the crowd wouldn't be dead because then they wouldn't be worn out. They wouldn't be tired because they've seen the guys that they wanted to see. Could you imagine if Rock and Austin came on and then for the next hour and a half, you've got S.A. Rios versus...
S.A. Rios. That's not his name.
Yeah.
You said S.A. He's not a fucking pay-per-view, right? He's fucking S.O.
He's
Petrol station.
Was it S.O. or
Oh,
S.A.?
It was S.O. S.A. is a thing they say. It's not a name.
He watched it in the Attitude Era.
I wasn't watching Heat at the time.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, all right. That's a fair point. But
Anyone?
Imagine Heat being filmed after Monday Night Raw in the Attitude Era.
No, because they always did it on the... When did they do it? I think they did it before.
Wasn't
Yeah,
Heat like a
exactly.
precursor to the pay-per-views? Like, they had it on regular TV and then they had pay-per-views. Am I remembering that right?
No,
It was
most
Sunday night
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes Heat would be the lead into a pay-per-view.
Yeah, so like the pre-show.
But it wasn't. I mean, the show was on every week, so if it wasn't a pay-per-view, it was just the mid-carders wrestling. It'd be like Val Venus versus...
Yeah, I distinctly remember Sunday nights watching Sunday Night Heat when I first got into wrestling, and it was always Val fucking Venus, and he wasn't even doing the porn gimmick. He was just a dude named Val Venus.
Yeah,
it was the weirdest
to be fair, he was the main eventer of Heat. He was
always in the main event against maybe like, I don't know, Super Crazy. It was always a couple of set names each time.
Yeah, no, it was though. It was like, I mean, let's just go back to, you know, August, September, where you've got main events, just make it a bit more contemporary, and you've got Darren Young versus, ironically, the WWE champion Jinder Mahal constantly. I think it was on main event. They were fighting for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It was less than a year ago. Less than a year ago, everyone. Less than a year ago. I didn't want to talk about Jinder Mahal, especially because he's not on the show.
And I'm about to be triggered if you keep saying the words Jinder Mahal.
But, you know, there you go. It's just a fact.
So anyway, the chat is saying, Bullet Club vs. Shield says, what are your thoughts on people saying Finn Balor is a cruiserweight? He is a cruiserweight.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
No, not technically. He is a fucking cruiserweight. He falls in the under 205 limit. That's what a cruiserweight is.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the only difference is they're not putting him in with those guys.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't get about the cruiserweight division, is that they keep all of these specific cruiserweights, not all of the cruiserweights in the company, the specific few in this one purple box. And they don't let them go out, other than maybe Neville and Aries and whoever goes on Raw. You're not seeing fucking Rhea Daivari or Jack Gallagher on Raw anymore, and it's frustrating.
Even then, they're still having purple rope matches.
They're still within the purple box. We're in like a little extension of the purple box, and it's the most weird thing, because you have cruiserweights outside of the fucking division who are in the main event of the pay-per-view.
If you had purple box wrestlers doing other things on occasion, like just fighting other people on Raw and doing other things, fighting for the Intercontinental title sometimes, and then Finn Balor goes over and has a match with Neville. If you integrated it in that way, maybe they would think it would make it feel less special. I don't know, but it's not special now, so what's the harm? Like, it would make it more interesting.
You have people who like flip their shit over the idea of someone like Aleister Black, who is a cruiserweight, going over to the purple box and being like, no, he shouldn't be there. He doesn't belong there. He's better than that. And it's like, well, fuck me. If you're going to think that lowly of the purple box, that's a big problem.
For me, I think, you know, you could make it interchangeable. You could make the cruiserweight and the heavyweight interchangeable. Well, I mean, obviously, you can't have Brock Lesnar fight Neville for the belt. I mean, that'd be
cruiserweight.
You say that. Neville actually put out an interview where he wants to fight Lesnar and be like, yeah, if he shows up to work, I'll beat him. Well,
I would fucking love that.
Because Neville is the Lesnar of the cruiserweights.
Neville's the fucking tits. I'm just saying now. Neville is the tits.
He is great.
But what I'm saying is that remember, like, I mean, the cruiserweight title was still around when Rey Mysterio won his first world title.
Ooh,
I mean,
that's William Shatner.
I love when Andy just says something so out there and random that Liam just gives him this, like, look, what are you doing?
Not just Liam, everyone in the fucking room gives him that look.
But as I was trying
that
to
is the thing that Rey Mysterio says. Well done, Andy. Good contribution to the fucking discussion. Brilliant.
As I was trying to say, don't cry.
I'm not gonna cry.
Oh, okay then. But
Booyaka.
I was saying booyaka.
Booyaka. As I was trying to say, what are you looking at me for?
What was that like?
Oh my god, what were you trying to say? Just continue,
Fucking hell.
please.
Rey Mysterio won the world title when the cruiserweight title was still around. Like, you can have them as interchangeable. Neville could go for the universal title. You can't. Aleister Black could go for the US title and then show up at 205 Live. Nothing's stopping that. But Finn is a big star in his own right. I think that it makes more sense to utilize him for the universal title scene, frankly.
And that's the thing. Like, the way they have it set up now, yeah, putting Finn on 205 Live would be a waste. But what they should do is make a world where him jumping over for a couple weeks and then coming back is normal. And then that would help 205 Live a lot. and people would get some interest. Oh, like Finn Balor showed up there and he fought Neville, and that was fucking cool. And then Aleister Black went there and then fought Finn over on Raw. You can do a bunch of mixing shit, and they're just stuck in this little box, and it's annoying.
Yeah.
And
Not to mention the guys from the UK scene. Like 99% of the UK scene are cruiserweights, but no, they're stuck in their own little British box, and that doesn't make any sense either.
But the British box is stuck in the NXT box.
Yeah, they put that box inside another box, and then they shipped it off to Yzma, and she smashes it with a hammer. Just
Yeah,
makes no
it's
sense.
fucking weird the way they're doing these divisions.
Speaking of the UK title, really quickly, I just want to point something out. So you know Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne had a match at Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there was I looked on the squared circle. Shout out.
Yeah, I
and-
know what you're on about.
Yeah, I don't know the name of the event, but there was an event where they wrestled each other as each other.
Yeah, they dressed up as each other.
Yeah, it was the
Look,
press
and you know
start
what?
event.
You know what? God bless them. It was only in front of 100 people. I'm like, they did this match in front of like 18,000 people. They're doing the exact same match in front of 100. God bless them. You know?
Well, that's how
God
they
bless
started, to be fair. Like, that's where they came from.
Yeah.
them. Oh, I did not know this, so there you go. That's
What do you mean you didn't know
Uh,
this? They're from the Indies. That's
I-
what the Indies are.
Oh, I thought you meant from Preston. I was like, I didn't know they were from
What?
Preston. I was like, oh, well. the event was Preston. You said the
No, I
event was
didn't. No,
Preston.
no,
You
I said
like-
the event was
you
called
like said it was
Press
Preston.
Start. I
Oh,
didn't say it was called Preston. I said it's Press
Press
Start.
Start.
Oh, I thought you said it was Preston.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Suplah Brawl Preston. What?
Okay, make the poster. We're doing it.
All right, we're doing that. All
sorry,
right.
I didn't do my predictions for the last match. Rich
Sure,
Swann
give
and
it- give
Sasha
it.
Banks.
I'm also going with Rich Swann and Sasha Banks.
There you go then.
I think
Well,
I'd
it's
pick
really a
Noam
cruiser-
Dar.
Oh, well,
Same.
there you go. So Carmine's picked Noam, and Sam's picked Noam.
And I gotta say, like, Noam Dar
Cruiserweights,
is like a underutilized talent at this point. He needs something to propel him further into the fucking scene, and this will do it. If
I
he
want to
beats
see him
Rich
fight
Swann.
Neville.
The thing is, I like Noam Dar, but my only issue... Shut up, Siri. Go away. Why are you turning on? My only problem with Noam Dar is that...
Searching issues
Yes.
with Noam Dar.
Can you
My
ask
only
Siri what she thinks of Noam Dar? I want to hear her opinions.
Okay, hang on, wait.
Put it right at the table.
Let me fucking sort it.
It's a happy household.
Fucking come on.
Sorry, Stone Cold Steve Austin, I didn't get that.
Whoa!
You prick!
Think of Noam Dar.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, I'm afraid I can't answer that.
She can't answer what she thinks of Noam Dar. But
You're not
apparently she
ignoring
thought
the fact that you
what-
called yourself Stone Cold Steve Austin on your fucking phone here.
Yeah, really.
Ignoring that.
But apparently,
No, we need to
but
talk about
apparently
this for a
she
second.
thought I said, "What do you think of Nalanda?" Nalanda, whatever
Well, no wonder she
Nalanda
didn't
is.
have
Sorry,
an answer
Steve.
for you.
What's that about?
There you go.
Steve.
So,
what are you talking about?
anyway, so the cruiserweight.
Steve!
The cruiserweight.
Steve!
What was that?
Nothing.
Right, the next match.
So, Stone Cold Steve Austin, we have Neville versus Austin Aries in a submission match for the Cruiserweight Championship. Aries must win now, surely.
I'm gonna go with Aries.
Oh.
I think.
No.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
for
why
one,
not?
I'm sick of this match happening. It's like the third time this has happened. Happened at Mania, happened at Payback, happened now. And I just don't want it
think
to.
three is a good
Carmine have
rep
a Does Carmine have a crow with him?
No, I think 3 is a good number to.
No, I mean,
you stop here.
three is a good number, but like Neville's beating him each and every fucking time. Why do they got to keep going until the face
Yeah.
wins and then the heel doesn't get a rematch?
Yeah,
because that's how it fucking works.
I'm going Neville. I'm going Neville. I'm
I'm
changing
going
it.
with
Neville.
Austin Aries.
Boston Berries.
Austin Aries.
Boston's berries.
Shut up, Stone Cold.
Boston's
It's
Berries.
the new.
Stone
It's the new
Cold.
limited. It's the new limited time offer cereal, Austin Berries.
Boston Berries. I'm going to go with Neville. I think Sam's actually kind of right now after opening my eyes. Neville could be a major star of 205 Live, and it could potentially move him on to at least the Intercontinental Championship scene. If not, he can be used to help propel the UK Championships and their tournaments and scenes and shows and stuff. Austin Aries is great, but maybe now's not his time. He could... I don't know. I feel like this one's actually kind of difficult to kind of predict, to be honest. But I'm going to go with Neville.
Yeah, I think I'd stick with Neville. I think it's just Neville's going to hold that thing for a long fucking time.
Which he should. Like, he's the most prestigious champion they've had now.
Well, when the belt came in, TJ Perkins had it for like a month, and then Brian Kendrick had it for like a month and a half, and then
Rich Swann had it for like 2 months.
No, you're not even getting it right. Like, I'm going to look up the numbers here because it got less with each one, I think.
Did it?
Well,
I know it got a little bit more.
I know Kendrick didn't have it for very long.
We're going to find out. None of them held it for over 100 days. I know that much. No. Oh, okay, here we go. TJ Perkins had it for 46 days. Brian Kendrick had it for 30 days. And, Rich Swann had it for 61 days. Kendrick only had it for a fucking month. What the fuck?
Yo, no, Kendrick's reign sucked.
Yeah. He didn't do anything, and then he lost in, like, the first episode of 205 Live to fucking Rich Swann, who didn't do anything with it either. But now you got Neville holding it, and he's defending against all these people, and Austin Aries a bunch of fucking times. Just keep it on him.
I just thought
he can face more people.
Yeah. Just thought something. How we were talking about how 205 Live shouldn't be at the start, the end?
Yes.
It should be at the start, right? But if you want to still air it after SmackDown, just change the name from 205 Live to 205 ... Dive.
Shut up.
Ooh.
Tony Nese do? Doesn't Tony Nese have the no-fly zone and he's kicked off the show, right?
No, that's Drew Gulak.
Right.
Oh, okay, sure. This shows how much I know about the cruiserweights.
Well, they're in like a civil partnership anyway, so it's fine to confuse them, but
yeah, that's that match.
So that's that.
So what are the chats saying? Let's see. Alex King says, to be fair, Finn debuted before the cruiserweights. I mean,
he's an established Raw name at this point. That too,
but he's still a cruiserweight. I don't get it.
He should have been the catalyst to introduce some fluidity between the brands.
Well, I'm just to play devil's advocate. Neville debuted before Finn, and
Neville was
just playing devil's advocate here, though.
But Neville was reintroduced with that heel angle of "fuck off." I got left out of 2 different tournaments that I qualify for. What the fuck?
Yeah, fair point.
Basically, cruiserweights exist outside of 205, but only cruiserweights exist in 205. Those set ones, like there's no crossover. I really think there should just be some crossover to make people care, and not by putting Sasha fucking Banks in there. Like,
yeah, especially at like the least interesting point in her career so far.
Yeah, seriously.
It's not really the best time to use her as a ratings boost.
No, not at all. Even though she's like, she's still over. She's still a draw, but it's like,
yeah, and I get that.
In this context, like
she should be a heel.
Here we go. This old fucking chestnut. Yeah.
No, it's just the end of the sentence. She should be a heel.
I know. Bullet Club vs. for Shield says, I miss Janie. Does she get her rematch for the toy?
She does when she comes up, but she's currently in not Bristol. She's in Portugal at the moment, so she.
Bristol, Portugal, same place.
I mean, tomato.
It's fucking close, isn't it? Fucking close.
It's not here, so it's far enough away to be anywhere.
Yeah. So no, she's in Portugal. So, she's coming up for Money in the Bank, so she's going to be getting her rematch then. But I don't know if she wants to defeat her own boyfriend for the belt. You know, she probably.
I think she'd have no problem with that.
Maurice. Might be like Miz and Maurice.
You're like the furthest from Miz and Morris ever. Like, that's not an accurate comparison.
Miz and Morris? Who's Miz and Morris?
The Miz and Morris.
His wife, Morris?
Yeah. You don't know who she is? That's a fucking name. It's spelt like that. It's Morris.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Morris.
No, you actually cannot read.
Are you an idiot? Sorry, are you an absolute monk?
Hi, Pot. I'm Kettle.
Morris? What the fuck is Morris?
Why are you
The
screaming?
Miz's wife, Morris. She's from Canada.
You know, buongiorno and all that shit. Oh, fuck this joke.
Oh, buongiorno in Italy! And those Italian Canadians!
Oh, you know, Morris, the Italian Canadian.
Buongiorno, Patrice.
Buongiorno, where's my poutine?
Why does he keep jumping off the sofa? What's wrong with him?
Oh my god!
Anyway,
This is the best way to
speaking
come
of dives, speaking of doing dives, the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, will go one-on-one against the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions.
No,
Cesaro and
2-on-2.
No.
2-on-2.
God damn! Basically, it's a cage match.
And also, the Hardys are the tag champs, not Cesaro, like you were gonna say.
I read that wrong.
Do you know
Sorry.
anything? Can you read, fuckface?
Yes.
The Hardys will go one-on-one with Morris and Miz.
For the Cruiserweight Championship in the pre-show.
Of SmackDown.
TNA.
Anyway.
So, I was talking to Keelan about this. You all right there? Fucking hell!
He's
I
dying.
was talking to Keelan
No,
about this,
he's never
and
fine.
Keelan said that whilst he's happy that the Hardys are back in WWE, he does ultimately have an issue in that WWE aren't really doing much with them. And whilst I do agree to some extent, the ultimate problem is not, it's actually out of WWE's hands because of the lawsuit and the issues with Impact Wrestling, because they're not TNA, they're Impact Wrestling.
Out wrestling.
The problem is that the Hardys stacks. Fuck up! The Hardys.
What was that?
He
He's just
exploded,
joking.
actually.
Get next to me like it's Sabrina the Teenage fucking Witch. Shut up!
I'm doing delete.
Okay. he's-
There he is,
Oh, right,
folks.
that's what it fucking
There he
There he
is,
is,
folks.
folks.
There he is, folks. There he is, folks.
Okay, no, I just need to explain what that looked like from my perspective. I don't know if Brooke saw that. I don't know if the people watching the stream saw that. Like, Liam was in the middle of talking, and then the stream kind of glitched for a second and skipped ahead a little bit. So Liam was just like, yeah, so anyway, the Hardys, fuck up!
I mean, you see Andy like leaning over the sofa with his head out of frame, and I'm like, what the fuck? Did his shout propel you across the room? Like, what
It
happened?
was ridiculous.
As I was trying to say, the problem is the Hardys became one of the hottest acts because of the broken gimmick. If they can't do the broken gimmick, they don't really do anything. They kind of back to their old selves. And as great as the Hardys were back in the early 2000s, they were in their like mid, much of a charisma. Their in-ring work got them over, and the fact that they resonated with teenage audiences also got them over. Problem is now, Jeff Hardy's, he admitted he's like 40 years old. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't know why he said he admitted. Like, it's not like saying he's got a drug addiction.
Literally,
You know what? I'm
literally.
going to end that there. I'm going to end that there. But they don't resonate with the younger audience as much as they did. So they only had the broken gimmick. Without that, they don't really have much to go off. So, yeah, I don't think they're doing much with the Hardys, but I don't think it's their fault. If they can't do the broken gimmick, what can they do with the Hardys?
They can't.
Am I crazy, or wasn't the lawsuit settled?
No, it's still going.
No, it's still going because TNA, there was recent developments where it looked like TNA is actually going to win. Sorry, Impact
Yeah.
Wrestling, Anthem. It looks like
Impact
they're
basically,
gonna win
I think they've basically said they do own the thing, and it's like, okay, great. Thanks for ruining
and
everything.
WWE, and I think what it is as well is that they do want to sell it to WWE, but WWE doesn't want to. I think that's why they fought so much for it, because they knew that they were going to go back to WWE, and they were like, well, if we own this gimmick that has been getting them over, because they've never done it with any other fucking company. The only other time was Ring of Honor when they were doing an pay-per-view. That's the only other time there was an issue.
That's right.
So as soon as they went to WWE, fuck me, then this lawsuit kicked off. And WWE's refused to get involved. They do show interest. Dave, things are happening. Meltzer said that whilst WWE on surface are saying they're not interested in the broken gimmick, they actually are, because he's still doing the mannerisms and saying delete and all that sort of stuff. So they do want it, but they're not prepared to buy it, which I do understand WWE not wanting to do that, because it might be like the Dudley Boys. Are you going to fork out that much money for, what, another 10 months with these guys?
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems stupid. because it's like they at WrestleMania was one of the most entire shows. Maybe of this
The
past.
most views of WrestleMania on YouTube, by the way, that clip, of the entire weekend.
So it's like your WWE and the money that you have is essentially infinite in comparison to Anthem. I don't understand why they just don't just pay.
Because Anthem could be asking for a shit ton of money for all we know.
Yeah, they might be.
More importantly, though, like there's one thing I never like understood with this specific case. Anyway, it's like 2 words: the club.
Yeah.
Make it your own version. Do it your own spin. As fucking who said it in the chat?
He's busted Matt Hardy.
No, M. Gunter shattered Matt Hardy. Just do something that isn't broken. Just do something that is different in name, so that you can fucking go out and be like, and do all that shit.
Well, I agree with you, but the problem is WWE, they're lazy. WWE are lazy, and they think that, oh, you recognize these guys from Japan, from the Bullet Club. We'll just call them the club and do nothing. That'll get them over.
The problem as well is that.
Well, they don't need to get over because apparently they have a fan base in Japan. That's their theory. No, they'll rather push Jinder Mahal because they're opening up in India.
Let's move on from that. So basically, the point is that like, even if you do like a parody of it, Anthem will still turn around and go, "That's ours. You can't do that."
Yeah, because I mean, let's talk about. No, it's true though because there was an issue.
Franchise. What was that voice? What was that old man voice like?
There was an issue back in '96 when Kevin Nash and Scott Hall jumped over to WCW. I'm going to say WCPW, but that would have been time traveling. They went over to WCW, and WWE actually sent a legal letter to WCW to tell them to stop what they were doing because it looked like that they were invading on behalf of the WWF. They were never called Diesel, they were never called Razor Ramon, but it was. They said that it was going to confuse fans that their product was affiliated with WCW, and they didn't want that. So maybe that's one of the reasons why they're not doing it. But the problem is, if you're not going to do anything with them, what is the point? It seems like a waste of money and a waste of that individual's talent.
Yeah.
You may as
Maybe
well
they didn't account for the legal trouble. Maybe they thought they could just do it anyway because fuck TNA. But no, TNA are now owned by Anthem, which is a legit fucking company. So they're like,
by the
God.
By the way, TNA is actually going back to do house shows, surprisingly, for the first time in 3 years.
Great, we're never going to go to them, though.
You say that. We've been to a house show over here.
Yes, we went to a TNA house show. It was the worst experience of my life.
Yep.
So we're going to go back to prove a point.
Yep. But no. So, mate,
I mean, if there was ever a night for them to fucking go broken, it would be tonight, right? Extreme Rules,
Yeah,
hit
that's
Matt
what I
head
was
with a ladder.
going to say when we started talking about this match.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows? The thing about wrestling is you don't. As much as we like to say it's predictable, sometimes things happen that we just don't predict. So you don't know. Maybe they'll do the Shattered universe or the slightly bent out of shape universe.
The Hardy cinematic universe.
There you go. The multiverse. This could be an alternate universe.
Stop.
Shut up. Jeff is definitely gonna like jump off the cage, isn't he, tonight?
As long as he doesn't do what he did in TNA, where he like fucking fell and hit the steps, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well,
That wasn't funny at all.
Like
That
a
was
Family Guy
horrific.
character.
So who do we think's gonna win?
I think the Hardys are going to win.
Hardys.
I mean, it says Bullet Club vs. Shield says in the chat, like the Cesaro team have lost pretty much every single encounter they've had with the Hardys. Why would they beat them now just because of 4 panes of metal?
Yeah, I know that they've just turned heel, and there's not really much else they could do if they win the belts. The best they could do is continue to feud with the Hardys. But you know what? I'd rather the Hardys keep hold of the belts and then put over a newer, younger team.
Like the Revival.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'd love to see the Hardys versus the Revival. That'd actually be a really interesting combination.
If not to piss off the Young Bucks by doing it, just do it because it would be a good rivalry.
What is the deal?
But having Cesaro versus the Revival, that would do nothing for me. Do nothing.
Well, I think that would still be a good match. But I think the thing is, if we see any like beginnings of a broken type of thing, it's gonna be, I think, Cesaro winning.
Potentially, but I don't think they're going to go down that route. I would love for them to go down that route, but just off the top of my head, reading about the issues that have been online, it doesn't seem to me like they're going to go down that route. I mean, like Sam said with the Bullet Club, like if they were going to do the club and make their own version, they'd have started it by now. They've been on the roster for a year and they've done nothing really. They won the belts once and held it for what, 2 months?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
it.
Rumble to Mania.
Yeah, that was it. So I feel like if something was going to happen, like they probably would have jumped on it a little earlier.
You know,
So,
sometimes I just feel really, really sorry for Andy, and that was one of those moments where I genuinely went, "Oh."
He just wanted to too sweet you, Liam, and you just stared at him like an asshole.
Oh, I just thought he was being a dickhead. To be honest, I didn't think he was.
That's your excuse for everything. I'm sat
The
at the
valid
bar.
excuse, to be fair.
Beer, and you just stare at me like I'm some sort of cricket. But do you want a beer? Yes or no? No? Okay then, dickhead. 1 Carlsberg, please. Fuck.
Wow, we're working out some fucking issues tonight. Holy shit.
Yeah, welcome to group therapy.
Oh.
What's the next Suplah Brawl event?
I think the Hardys are going to win.
Do you want to explain why, or was you just
Because
No, he's just got a gut
they
feeling.
go- Yeah, in my gut. Hey, I'm done. Next fucking
God.
what's the chat saying, Sam?
Yeah. It's a lot of yes. Because of the fucking revival.
Bullet Club's just been saying, stop bringing up Jinder. We can't.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm not
We
fucking
won't.
bringing him up. It's them.
We want to stop. We want to stop, but we can't.
Especially because we
So,
have a
yeah.
fucking pro-gender person here.
Oh, who's the pro Jinder fan?
Who do you think?
Oh, is it Car? Is it Car?
Hello.
Which three of us
Hello.
have been ragging on him since day one, and which one of us isn't us? It's Carmen. You're right. You're
That was
okay.
just really funny, like a logic solution to that.
Pretty much. Voidstorm says, if they go broken, speaking of the Hardys, there needs to be a specific spot from Matt, probably bounce him off of a steel cage in a nasty way.
I would imagine like bounce him off the steel cage wall and then immediately like brogue kick. Just like this
What do we
real
think,
fucking like brutal 1-2 combo.
Yeah, I mean, the way he was originally broken, if I'm not mistaken, was just by getting put through a table or being shoved down a flight of stairs. So there's plenty of ways you can fucking do that shit, but like...
Especially in a steel cage match.
I want a bro kick so hard, he just goes... and does all that shit.
Like he doesn't even fall down, just kick.
Yes, that's what he does. So things
fucking
he
love
does. Yeah, should totally do it.
So speaking of matches,
That would be even better though. I would almost even better than a broken Matt Hardy. I want like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hardy thing where like every time he gets hit in the head, he switches back and forth between broken and normal. Like he gets kicked in the
You mean
head.
like that one thing where they actually did, where he wore several jumpers and he started building an extension to the kitchen? Remember that? That happened.
Sort of. So he gets
I
broke
am
kicked, he goes
preparing for my
broken.
ice cream social. Yes, it will be wonderful.
Like he gets broke kicked. Oh, wonderful! Cesaro uppercuts him. Oh, hi there, Cesaro. How are you doing? He gets broke kicked. Wonderful!
Yeah, delightful, yes. Oh, that hurt. Delete. Like that's what it should be.
You just had to take it that much further and ruin it, Andy. You just did the same thing he fucking did, just with less enthusiasm and creativity. Well done.
And more self-inflicted pain.
Speaking of things,
I
Alexa
love this
Bliss,
show.
Alexa Bliss will defend her Raw Women's Championship against Bayley in a kendo stick on a pole match that Vince Russo probably is booked or something.
Oh, there it is, the
Oh.
Russo pole joke.
Did it?
Alexa Bliss,
Anyway. Yeah, it's
That's
going to
Are
be
we
like
going to talk about how this build has been fucking awful? With the whole crappy This Is Your Life segment?
one segment was fucking
Oh.
terrible.
When will they learn that This Is Your Life segments are not good unless your name is The Rock and Mick Foley?
Here's the
When
thing
are they
about
going to
this.
learn that?
Here's the
Wait,
thing about
are
This
you
Is Your
sure?
Life segments. Here's the thing. The first ever This Is Your Life segment was like a friendly gesture from Mankind to The Rock. It was like, look, I did this thing for you. And then every segment since then has been a fuck you, John Cena and or Bailey. That's not how it works.
And also,
Yeah,
it was
but
a
the
lead
thing
into a joke where it wasn't even Barack's birthday.
Right.
And also the third thing was that both of those guys were humorous and quite comedic. No one else has been able to do that. No offense, I'm a really big Alexa Bliss fan. I think she can be one of the top stars of this generation's women's division. But she's not a comedy character.
Here's the thing about Alexa Bliss. She can be funny sometimes, but it's all off the cuff, off top of her head stuff, which is good. It's a good sign of her talent. But when you give her a script and say, hey, Alexa, read this and make it funny, and she just flips through it and she's like, this is garbage, it's not going to be a good segment.
Yeah.
But they have to go do it anyway, just like with the old day and with Sunny Boy.
Yup.
And the Hall of Infamy of bad Raw segments. Those two are in
we-
there along with this.
I don't remember Sunny Boy. What's Sunny Boy?
You don't remember Sunny Boy?
No, what's Sunny Boy?
Oh, you're in for a treat. So the New Day are in the ring. And the, you alright, Carmine?
I just fucking love Sunny Boy so much, like, ironically.
Right. So the fucking Sunny Boy segment was the New Day in the ring celebrating something, one of the many milestones they conquered, right? And then they bring in this fat, bald guy in the ring, and he's like this honorary New Day member. And they do this really drawn out, terrible joke where they ask him what his name is. And he says, Sunny Boy. And then they're like, no, but what's your name? And then he goes, Sunny Boy. And then they're like, do you mean on your birth certificate there's... And then he says, Sunny Boy. And then they're like, what do you go out to get milk? And you look at the receipt. What name is on the receipt? And he goes, Sunny Boy. They do that for 5 fucking minutes. And it's the unfunniest fucking thing in the entire world. And it's awful. But we love it because it's so terrible. Because it's like, Sunny Boy. Yeah, but where are you from? Sunny Boy. What do you like to eat? Sunny Boy. And it's for fucking the worst segment of like fucking...
Was he meant to be mentally challenged?
No, he's just some guy whose name is Sunny Boy, and those are the only 2 words he ever fucking said in that ring, but he said it like 10 times, and it was the most boring, uncomfortable thing, and then the club came out and murdered everybody, and that was the segment.
So the guy thought he was Hodor from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, except instead of Hodor,
No, they
it's
just
Sunny.
get... Yeah, it's fucking great. But bad. It was bad.
It was bad in the great way. It was like the Room of 2016 Raw segments, right? That was what it was.
But okay, but like, okay. Oh yeah, 100% sure that Russo isn't back in WWE because that was a "This Is Your Life" segment, and also it's a
Did
something.
Russo do This Is Your Life?
Yeah, that was his idea, according to him.
Yeah, but he claims everything was his idea.
Like Ryback.
Yeah,
Ryback
yeah.
was Vince Russo.
Yeah, I was literally about to say Ryback.
Meet on this.
So when I was coming up with a This Is Your Life segment for The Rock and Mankind. That's how he talks.
Fucking twat.
Yeah, I heard Ryback.
Anyway, this match could be actually not terrible, but the build has been so fucking
Oh, yeah,
awful.
the match could be fine, but the build is awful. Like, okay, let's analyze the This Is Your Life segment, because we can just sit here and say that was awful, but we're not saying why it's awful.
Sure.
I haven't seen it, so can someone explain?
Okay,
what the
so-
hell this is?
It's
I think me and you
Alexa
are the only
Bliss,
ones that have seen
like,
it.
yeah, it's Alexa Bliss in the ring with like a table behind her full of like Bailey items, like the fucking thing you'll put in a pentagram to summon Bailey, right? You have like Care Bears, you have like other shit that's like, oh, that's so Bailey. Everything except the fucking wavy tube men, like everything was there. That's so Bailey.
My,
yes.
my
And-
favorite was the ending with the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, so
Oh, we'll
she
get-
brings out like what her teacher.
Her
like,
4th grade
her-
teacher, her former best friend, and her ex-boyfriend.
Right, I've been doing a lot of explaining, and I'm tired.
By the
So
way,
you go.
these people.
So,
were
okay, yeah,
actors.
Alexa Bliss, like, has this table full of Bailey stuff, and she picks it up. It's like, this is a doll she used to play with. Actually, I think she still plays with it. Ha ha, funny joke. And then she throws it away, and it's like, this is a trophy she got for best in sportsmanship. Ha ha, funny joke. And then she was like, all right, enough of this bullshit. Hey, You're her 4th grade teacher. What was Bailey like? Oh, Bailey was a great student and she was always sitting at the front of the classroom with her dad. Wait, her dad? Yeah, her dad. Tell me more about her sitting next to her dad. Well, she couldn't go anywhere without her dad. Okay. Hey, you. Who are you? And it was like, I'm her former best friend. And it was like, so how was Bailey like? Oh, Bailey was really nice, but we stopped hanging out after the incident. And it's like, wait, tell me about the incident. And it was like, well, I always wanted to hang out with Bailey, but she never wanted to go anywhere because she was sitting at home watching Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown every day of the week.
That bit where they say people that watch Raw and SmackDown in their house are terrible people. Who are you insulting? People that watch your product.
Wrestling fans.
They didn't think that through because they basically had an actor come on and say that people who watch wrestling are losers.
And bad friends.
Joke's on you. I don't watch WWE.
And that's the thing. It's like, but I'm watching Monday Night Raw.
So I'll just turn
Does that make me a loser?
Yes, Timmy. Yes, it does.
And the best part is
though,
but the best logic hole in that thing is like, I always wanted to go to the mall or hang out at the pool or whatever the fuck she said. And it was like, but Bailey was always so busy watching Raw and SmackDown. 24/7 every day of the week? Those shows are only on 2 days a week.
Yeah, this was before the network, guys, by the way. So
it doesn't make any sense.
No, she taped them on a video cassette or something.
And just watched reruns forever.
I will watch this week's Raw for the 5th time. Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Bailey, do you want to go to the pool? Only if I can do a really shitty belly
Is she
suplex.
some weird, like, Mother Grimm character that repeats herself for no reason?
Yeah. That's
watch Raw. Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
That's how idiots speak in my head. It's just like, I'm going to watch Raw for the 5th time. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Yes.
So anyway, this woman says that, and then Alexa Bliss is like, "Oh, blah blah. Bailey's dream is to be a wrestler. Blah blah. Let's make fun of her for the same thing that every wrestler."
It's her dream to be a wrestler, unlike everyone else who fucking works here.
Exactly. I hate that. But anyway, and then she goes over to the guy. It's like, "Well, who are you?" "I'm her ex-boyfriend." "Well, tell me about Bailey." "Well, Bailey was really nice, but then things started getting weird." "Why was it weird?" "Well, I tried to kiss her and I accidentally kissed her dad almost." And it's like, what?
Yeah.
What?
No, but the best bit was that the ex-boyfriend was like, I only went out with Bailey so I could get close to you. And then he looks at his Bailey's ex-best friend. And it's like,
yeah, and then they just start making out in the ring. And Alexa Bliss is like, well, this is weird. Anyway, Bailey's a loser.
And it's like, but we don't know these characters. What? Why? What? Why?
It really reminded me of that time where... Do you remember when Stephanie McMahon got Brie Bella into the ring and also Daniel Bryan's like personal trainer or something? Quote unquote, Megan. And then she was like, I've been having an affair with Daniel Bryan. And everyone was like, what the fuck am I looking at? It's that same formula every single time. We're even trying to erase this segment from fucking history. It's the same thing.
It's almost as if no one's learned from the Claire Lynch incident.
That was bad.
It's insane. But
just really quickly, this is how bad the segment was, by the way. In that when it went on YouTube, they edited the segment out.
I thought you meant when they just. I thought you meant like a video of just the segment and then it's edited out, so it's just a blank video.
You know, it would have been more entertaining, to be fair.
If they knew, they wrote this shit.
Yep.
It's almost as if there's too much programming.
And then so Alexa Bliss is like, well, this is your life, Bailey. You're a loser, right? And whatever. And then Bailey comes out and she like slowly walks halfway down the ramp. And then she stares at Alexa Bliss for a while and like, I don't know. And then she runs into the ring and punches Alexa once, points at the kendo stick that's already on a pole for whatever fucking reason because they got to remind you what kind of match they're having. And then she like slowly climbs, doesn't get it, and then Alexa Bliss pulls out a fucking kendo stick from under the Bailey table and hits her once with it. And it's like, I am the best at wrestle. It's like,
wait, here's a problem that I have. So the idea is that it's a kendo pole on a stick match.
A kendo pole on a stick match.
That'd be fucking interesting.
I'd love to see that.
A kendo stick on a pole match. But, like, Who gives a shit about a kendo stick? There's fucking chairs and tables and ladders and shit underneath the ring. There's the ring steps. And you're just putting... Like, why are you going after a kendo stick? There's probably kendo sticks under the ring!
The fucking stairs match that Eric Rowan and Big Show had was a more interesting stipulation than this.
Yeah, because stairs would fucking hurt. Like, stairs would probably hurt more than a kendo stick. Now, I've not been hit by either. I think it's quite apparent that. But I feel like if the steel steps, if they sell it, would be heavier than a kendo stick.
I just think any time that there's a stipulation where climb the thing to get a thing, but the match isn't over, now you can just use the thing, is a dumb stipulation. Remember when Triple H and Kevin Nash had that sledgehammer ladder match?
No,
Oh,
yeah,
God, yeah.
but I don't want to remember it.
It was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And
These things on a pole matches generally are. Like, they don't make sense. Like,
yeah, but usually the thing on the pole means the match is over, like a flag on a pole or a contract on a pole. You get it and the match is over. Now it's on a pole and then, okay, now you just have it. What if you pinned her without using the kendo stick?
Yeah, like, no, it's pointless. If you just pin them without the like, you put them through a fucking table and you pin them and you don't need the kendo stick. What is the point of it being a kendo stick match?
No, the kendo stick is the only thing that's legal, and only the person who gets it off the pole can use it.
It's Extreme Rules!
Fuck off with this bullshit. We'll talk about the Intercontinental title match in a bit. But just look, just fuck. Like, if you're going to do a themed pay-per-view, not every match needs a specific stipulation. It could just be every match is under hardcore rules, right? That's it. That's everything for the entire bout. Like, you can have the main event be a fucking tables match, although that's saved for fucking TLC, but that's a SmackDown pay-per-view, so you can get away with it, right? You don't need, right, so this match is going to be a cage match. This match is going to be a hardcore match. This match is going to be a dildo on a pole match. This match is going to be a... I mean, that'd be an interesting way
I sort of agree with you, but on the same note, sometimes like having a variety of stipulations is cool. Like, I like the fact that there's going to be a cage match and a this match, but the kendo stick on a pole, it's dumb.
Yeah, but you say that, but not people. People don't get bored of Raw going, fucking hell, every match is just a normal style match. Every match on Raw is just a normal match. It's all just three count pinfalls and 10 count ring outs, and people don't say that. Like, you could just have like fine, just make all of them Extreme Rules, and then just the main event could be a ladder match or something. Like, I mean, I see what you're saying, but it wouldn't ruin it for me if they weren't all stipulated.
No, that would not be bad at all. And it's always funny with the themed pay-per-views. Like, Hell in a Cell is always bad, but like with TLC, you need like the variety. There's going to be a TLC match. There's also going to be a ladders match and a tables match and a chairs match. Like,
and a stairs match for 1 year.
Oh, why? Themed pay-per-views are not a good idea.
Yeah, they're all bad. So, who do we think's going to win this then?
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss.
All right then. So, let's move on to the next one then. So, Dean Ambrose, the Intercontinental Champion, will go one-on-one against The Miz, and at ringside will be Morris. And if Dean Ambrose is disqualified, he will lose the Intercontinental Championship, even though the pay-per-view is called Extreme Rules.
Dean Ambrose is going to win because that's what always happens with this stipulation, except for the one time when it didn't.
Yeah, exactly that. There's not even much of a conversation here. It's going to be Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, my thing is Dean Ambrose.
Someone on Squared Circles Reddit, again, another shout out.
Squared Circles.
The Squared Circle subreddit, but I get what you meant.
Bed Burgles subreddit.
Bed Burgles? What?
Bed Burgles subreddit. I realise that in-jokes between us doesn't work with other people. No. So anyway, someone pointed out that for the past 13 pay-per-views that have consisted of the Intercontinental Championship match, all but one have featured either Dean Ambrose or The Miz.
That's probably not good.
I like The Miz. I think The Miz.
I think The Miz is okay.
Why are you justifying your liking for Miz?
I like The Miz.
No, but I like The Miz, all right?
I like The Miz.
Right, you like The Miz. Okay, cool.
I like The Miz.
My point is, The Miz is fine and Dean Ambrose is good, but they need to mix up the title scene. Keep it on Dean Ambrose for a while because that belt needs some fucking work still, and put him up against different people. Put him up against Samoa Joe. Oh, like he needs to fight different people and do different things, not be restricted with no, you can't get disqualified, Dean.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing that annoys me though. It's Extreme Rules, and I know you explained it earlier, but I think it might have been before we went live. But it's Extreme Rules. But there's a match where if Dean gets disqualified, he can lose the belt. Disqualified in Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
Where there is no disqualification. What?
I'm back. Sorry, I had to go. I had to do a thing.
Real quick, who do you think's gonna win? Real quick, who do you think's gonna win between Alexa Bliss and Bayley?
Well, given the way the women's are booked lately, it could be either, but I want Bliss to retain.
Yeah, we all thought it's gonna be Bliss. Now we're talking about Dean and Miz, and basically,
God.
we all think it's gonna be Dean.
Here's the thing. This stipulation makes one, no fucking sense, and two,
I mean, they've done this
the
stipulation
match could end
before.
in the first 5 seconds if Morris slaps Miz. Just do that. That doesn't need to be a match.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think of that.
I think the way it will go, and you can talk about this, they'll have they maybe have a 10-minute match with Miz trying to beat Dean, but he can't do it. So then he's like, "Wife, hit me," and then she does, and then, whoa, that's it, folks.
I feel like
that?
though,
No.
I feel, and I know this is a big stretch and a big if, but I feel like with the general manager character they have now, I feel like in kayfabe, Kurt Angle would not allow that and would come out and like restart the match, don't you think?
Yeah, but when have general managers ever done anything like that other than the main event?
Other than
And
when the script tells them to.
And my hope is that if they do a loophole that blatant, that they would, write it to be less stupid. But
No, this is
Lois
Raw,
wrestling
man.
and everything.
This is
I know
Monday
that's a
Night Raw.
big hope.
Fuck
but
it, I'm changing it to The Miz because I didn't think of that. There could be a chance that happens because that makes the most sense as well. Why would Miz wrestle like a 15-minute match with that stipulation when his wife could just slap him in the face and he wins? Fuck it, I'm going The Miz.
But I feel like he'll at least try to beat Dean on his own advances, and then he gets frustrated and he's like, "Fuck it!" Like he follows the Tigger philosophy and he says, "Fuck it," and he gets his wife to slap him.
I would love it if Miz doesn't even think it all the way through and takes the easy route. He could just say, "Hey, wife, slap me," but he's like, "No, just do something to get me or get him disqualified. Hit me with a fucking chair in the balls or something."
And she's like, it's a bit much.
Miz, I don't have to do
Yeah,
that.
it's
Just do
over
it.
the top, man. Over the top, Mike. Just do it, Morris.
Oh, Morris hit me in the dick!
Morris
Not
hit
even
me
like
in the
it.
dick.
Put that on a sunset
I think
background.
2017.
No, I'm sticking with Dean. I think even if they do something like that, there might be some GM interference. I'm sticking with Dean, but this is just they've done this stipulation before, and it's always kind of bleh. But the fact that they're doing it at Extreme Rules makes it look stupider than it is.
Yeah.
I just want them to stop. I want them to fucking stop fighting for this championship. I saw this fact on a certain forum.
I've said the fact you're about to say.
Yeah, December 2015, always been them. Do something else.
Yeah.
We've seen them
that's-
both do something else. Go do another
and-
thing that isn't a mid-card championship.
Well,
And that's exactly it.
The thing that
I was saying-
is that The Miz. Hang on. Is that The Miz?
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. I'm talking about. The Miz is a really good heel, but now that he's on Raw, he can't do anything. He would have been better staying on SmackDown,
Yeah.
and then he could have gone on to the main
Well,
event scene and faced Randy
yeah.
Orton. At some point.
Yeah. I'm
Miz
not
should've
keen on
stayed.
anyone fighting Randy Orton at any point, but I get what you mean. Putting him on Raw was not good. Putting
No,
Bray
I
Wyatt on
always-
Raw was not
He's
good.
as far as he can ever go now, because they're not going to put him up against Brock Lesnar, for Christ's sakes. And Brock's not going to
I'd
drop
like
it
to
until
see
he
it.
faces. Well, yeah, but he's not going to drop it until he faces Roman at next year's WrestleMania.
Oh yeah,
So-
they're
I
literally killing time until April 2018. Nothing is going to change until then. So
I
Yeah,
think
Lesnar's
Whatever,
gonna
man.
hold the belt for a year. Lesnar's holding the belt for a year. Calling it now.
I think Miz versus Lesnar could be what Owens versus Goldberg should have been. You know what I mean? Like a smaller, smarter wrestler doing shit and running circles around the big brute.
But then
It's-
Chris
it's what-
Jericho comes out and ruins everything.
Yeah. But as far as the Intercontinental Championship goes, I think, and I said this before you got back, Brooks, is that Dean should retain, or whoever wins. It almost doesn't even fucking matter. And they should just fight anyone else. Like put whoever wins against Samoa Joe. Do that. It'd be more fucking interesting than whatever they're doing now. Because Samoa Joe's not doing goddamn anything. We know he's not winning tonight.
We'll get to that later when I voice my opinion, but whatever.
It's just, I don't know. They need to do something different.
What's the
with
chat
Intercontinental
saying
title.
about all of this since I've been gone? Let's have a look. Shut the fuck up. I say shut the fuck up. He carries on. Like, I don't know why I have to
I
do
didn't do
anymore.
it first time, so.
Oh, it's high
You
pitched.
get
It
the
all
point
sounds
for
the
everything.
fucking same. Who cares? Right. Okay. Is Sam gone? Yeah, I was. Good. You clocked it. Well done.
I didn't notice he was gone.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Apparently Bullet Club hates you. What did you do?
Me?
What happened?
Hates.
No, she just put kiss, kiss, I hate you guys. Like, what the fuck did you do?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, you did
I
something.
haven't seen this.
Oh, people are saying the Drifter. What's gonna happen? Why is the Drifter getting involved? Like, why? What's it? Chat.
I mean,
Tell me.
fuck. Even if you did Elias Sampson in the Intercontinental picture, I don't know. Maybe that's what they're suggesting.
Oh, God.
What do we think of a Drifter?
No.
I like him.
Of course, Andy doesn't like him. Boo fucking who surprise over here.
He's an NXT character that didn't work on the indies. He's
He's a
shit.
chopper. He comes out and he plays guitar. What is that?
Right, his last match he had on Raw, no one gave a fuck in that crowd. It was like you could hear a pin drop. No
Oh
one
yeah, there was,
cared.
You
there was
say that.
one dead
No one-
crowd,
no one
so
cared
he's
about
a
it.
boring as fuck
No
wrestler,
one-
and he's never gonna get anywhere.
No one cared about him on NXT, and no one gives a shit about him now.
Actually, he was a super over heel in NXT.
wrong. He was a mega heel in NXT because everyone hated him.
Can I interject?
Yes.
No.
Go
think he-
interject it, Liam.
I think he was pulled up from NXT a little too early.
But
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he's shit. I'm not saying he's shit. I'm not saying what he's saying. I'm just saying I think he was pulled up a bit too early. I think he should have
But
stayed.
in relation to what? Like, what could he have done in NXT?
Well, I feel like
Developed a character.
He has a
As a
character,
character.
idiot.
a little bit. Like I feel, even after watching NXT, I feel like personally for me, I mean, I know what you guys said, but for me, I still didn't really know who his character was, and then suddenly he was on Raw, and I was like, oh, okay. When you've got other people like Asuka, who's been there for a whole year, and she's still there, and then this guy goes up, and I felt a bit confused as to why he was the one who got called up. And I know they had the match where loser leaves NXT, but I still felt a bit confused as to why he was getting called up. Like he never. I know what you mean by how you say he was a mega heel, but he was never like. To me, he never came across as a main event NXT guy. So I just felt a bit. But then at the same time, neither did Apollo Crews, and he got called up.
Yeah.
So who the fuck am I to?
Neither was Mojo. He got called up, but I get what you're saying, and I understand completely. In fact, I almost agree with you. But on Raw, he's been fulfilling the role that he was obviously called up for. So I have no complaints per se. I was a little bit confused when I first heard it. I was like, oh, why him? Because like in NXT, he never really did anything. He just came out and he played guitar, and everyone booed the fuck out of him because Full Sail gonna Full Sail. But at the same time, maybe there's something there that we don't know about.
Since
could be
being
good.
called up, I've enjoyed his drifting segments backstage. I think they're
They've
really
been good.
smart.
They've been all right.
There you go.
I think he's got potential to be a really interesting character on Raw, which
Can we
Raw
just take-
really
Can we
needs.
just take a second to enjoy Andy's pose right now? Of just pure. It's just him thinking, you're all wrong. That's what he's thinking to himself now, but he doesn't want to say it.
All right, let's bring it to the table, Andy. You versus me. Let's go talk about Drifter.
No, it is the children who are wrong.
No, I have nothing to say about the Drifter.
I have nothing to say, just in case I improved wrong and made a fool of.
No, because he doesn't have a character to begin with. So
He has a fucking character. He's a guy. He's a drifter. It's his fucking name, dipshit. That's his character. He is a drifter. He comes out and he drifts. He plays guitar. That's his character.
Well, it's a
Anything
shit
else?
one.
So he does have a character.
What are you basing that on? You don't watch NXT and you've hardly watched Raw. What are you basing that on? You've never seen him.
I don't like
I have
him because
seen
I
him.
want to not like him just because
I
I'm
haven't seen
Andy.
him, but
Fuck
I've
you.
seen Shitty little segments, playing the guitar backstage.
fair,
and
hang on,
Dean
hang
Ambrose
on.
is there.
Oh, no, I get it. Andy's being worked. Oh, it makes sense now. He hates the drifter. He's meant to.
Can I just point something out? Andy, and I say this with all due respect.
No, this is going to end well, then, isn't it? Every time anyone ever says that, it always ends well.
I say it with all due respect, even though I really don't.
I say this with all due respect. You can go fuck yourself.
Andy hates every new talent that comes up.
No, I don't hate
He
any
really
new
does.
talent.
Every single
No, I
Oh, he's getting so angry. He's
Revival,
taking
they're
his headphones a little bit. Holy shit, he's getting pumped.
every NXT.
The Revival, they're shit. The Authors of Pain, they're
People,
shit.
why not? Apollo Crews, no personality or character, brought him up anyway. Fucking shut up. Fucking Elias Sampson.
Number 1, Apollo Crews. Number 2, fuck off. Number 3,
I'll do it again.
stop jumping off the fucking sofa, you bellend.
Huh?
You could have said the vaudevillains.
Yes, the board villains. And
Even though they
Johnny
weren't
Chucks,
around it.
all
But
the
they
bloody
weren't-
people that shit in it. Fucking, what's her name? No. Just doesn't this fucking shit.
The wrestler with the move.
Lord Farquaad is getting really mad and he's scaring me. Make him stop.
I'm just saying that they seem to call up all the people that are not ready, or they're just shit. Like, I don't understand. I don't
So
understand.
hang on, let me equate this. When he says shit, he means I don't like them. They're shit. They're awful. I don't like them. Yeah, okay.
Remember when the Revival were apparently shit?
Oh, they got better over time.
I got a question.
They never changed. They were always good.
That's
Okay,
what developmental is
Oh, wait. I've got a question.
Fuck.
Shinsuke Nakamura
Good.
on SmackDown,
Yes. One of the only good ones you've ever done.
Ever.
even though they're not really doing
Literally
much for him.
ever. It's not like Tyler Breeze is part of the most over team on SmackDown or anything.
Yeah.
Like
Tyler Breeze originally. What the hell was that about? Then in the
he got
partner
better,
role, they're
fuckface.
again-
That's the point. So can the
they're
Drifter.
again good. I have a point, and they always
don't.
call up the wrong people.
Paige.
100% of the
Wrong
time they are
people.
wrong and I am
The
right.
wrong
Not
people.
100%
You
of
are
the
the
time.
right people, Andy. The people you like. Well, the
Yeah,
fuck does that mean? You're the wrong
here's a
person.
here's a legit question. Who in NXT right now should get called up?
Right now,
Yeah,
Asuka.
Asuka.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else?
Bobby
Is that
Roode.
literally the only
Bobby
person?
Roode needs to be called up.
Oh yeah, let's just call up all of the fucking champions, Andy. That's great. That's how
just
NXT
that.
While you're at
works.
it, the
Not
Authors
just
of Pain.
that. Hang on. Not just that. People who have already been established in the industry for many years from other promotions. Anyone who is brand new to NXT.
Any WWE
Hey,
grown
no way, Jose could do quite well on the main roster. Just
Oh
like
fuck off!
Fucking
You hate
John
No Way
Cena.
Jose.
Okay, I do, but I'm trying to choose people that I hate.
Call
and
up
like
this
at the
person
same
that I
time.
hate so that I can say it was a bad move to call him up. Yeah, great.
Guys, they have no stars, but fuck all the new guys that they're bringing in. I only like the old stars. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Because
Yes, I do.
if they called up all the people you're saying they should call up at the right people, then you would complain that NXT's been completely wiped of all their star power.
Yeah.
It has been.
I hate you. I hate you.
There was a time when NXT called up all of their star power and it was a little bit barren, and Andy said, I hate NXT, it's so boring. They got shafted.
Oh,
That would happen
fuck.
if he called up all of the people that he wants to call up. Sorry, Andy, you got no point. Fuck
I
off.
think I've made anyone who's watched this stream today sympathetic towards me just turned into hate.
You're not the sympathetic baby face of the Suplah, Andy.
Yes, I am.
You're just shouting wrong opinions. What's the next match?
Void Storm said, "Remember that no-name shit show, Kevin Owens."
I never said that. When did I say that?
Probably 2 years ago when he debuted. You're
I
like,
didn't fucking say that.
he lost to John Cena in his third match. He's fucked now.
Fight forever.
He's fucked forever now.
Now he's only fighting Ryback. He's fucked.
Roman Reigns will go one-on-one with Seth Rollins, Finn Balor.
It's not one-on-one.
That's not what one-on-one is.
That's not one-on-one, then, is
Friends,
it?
we're going one-on-one in a fatal five-way. Don't jump off the sofa. I'm going to murder you.
This is
Yeah,
the
Kevin.
best stream we've ever done.
It's pretty bad. This is pretty bad.
Where's he going?
Can we
Why
talk
is he
about
leaving?
for a second? Can we talk about for a second the fact that the name Fatal Five Way is fucking terrible?
How do you mean?
What else are you going to call it? 5-pack challenge?
I mean, shit, that's better than fucking Fatal Five Way.
Also, where's Andy?
He just left. There he is.
Why is he walking around? Sit down.
He's like waddling around like a penguin.
They're going nuts at you right now.
Sit down.
Sit down. Sit down.
So Roman Reigns will take on Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, and Samoa Joe in the
Fern
first
Balor.
in the
a
first ever
literal
fatal
fern.
five-way Extreme Rules match to determine the number one contender for the Universal Championship.
This match is going to be great.
It should be
Now,
a lot
here's
of
the
fun, this match, actually. This should be a lot of fun, this match.
There's a lot of different ways this can go, specifically 5.
I
feel like we're gonna- I can count. I feel like we're all going to have different opinions here. So how about we start with just saying who we think's going to win?
Okay, 5, 4.
No, we're not going to do it at the same
not
time.
at the same
not all at the same
time.
time because that's a fucking mess.
Andy, Liam, Carmine, and then me. Who's winning? Andy, go.
I like how all he does is start counting down, and we're like, "Fuck you, Andy! No, you're
I
wrong."
love how Alex is like, it's getting old making fun of Andy, guys. It's like,
What else are we meant to do?
right, okay.
I love how flustered Liam was. He's like, "I can't make fun of Andy, but
I can't even right now. Right, who do you think's going to win?
Finn Balor.
You're going to go with Finn Balor?
Yes.
I'm going to go Samoa Joe.
Carmine.
I have no goddamn idea. I really have no clue."
I am going to say Samoa Joe.
Oh, Sam on the
Samoa
Joe
Joe.
train.
The Joe train.
Choo choo.
Choo choo.
I
Whoa.
think I'm leaning towards Finn Balor, but like this.
Oh,
is
so
a
we have
tough
2
one.
people on Finn, and then we have 2 people on Joe. 2 separate trains.
This is a
Okay, right, well,
weird
Can,
situation.
can I go first? Because I know most people will be talking about.
No, I feel like Andy should go first. I feel like he should have, and let's not jump down his
Okay.
throat or shit down his neck about any of his wrong opinions here. Let's just give
all
him
of
a
them are
minute.
shit except Finn.
Let's just give him a minute to say why, and
Alright,
then we can tear him
Say
apart.
why you think Finn's going to win.
Okay. The story is that Finn Balor was never defeated to lose his title. So he will go into the next pay-per-view, great testicles of fire, and will get annihilated by Brock, sadly, because this is not who I want to win, but this is what I think they're going to do. So that's why. That's the story. Finn
I mean,
never lost the title, technically. He was injured, so it's stripped of him, and that's the story. It's like, I want my title! And then that's basically...
he's
I'm
Irish.
partly Irish. So why the fuck did I go Scottish?
That's what that
It wasn't even
that was
Scottish.
Scottish.
That
That
sounded
was
southern.
Scottish. Yeah.
Oh.
You sound like a Southern belle. Why did you think you were Scottish?
I want my title. I'm from Scotland, apparently.
Even though I'm Irish. Got any Guinness?
Carmine, why do you think Finn's going to win?
It's a matter of elimination for me. Obviously, they wouldn't give it to, so I'm looking at the matchup. They wouldn't do Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. They won't do, they've done Seth so many times. They're saving Roman for later. And then it comes down to Finn and Joe, and I just feel like, I don't feel like they're comfortable enough with Joe yet, because he hasn't like really clicked with the crowd yet. And I feel like they're looking at it, you know, I mean, I would think they're looking at it from a marketing perspective. You can way easier market Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor right now than you can Samoa Joe. Just right now, because of the way that Samoa Joe has had some trouble clicking with the crowd so far, because of his last lackluster feud with Seth. I think in the future, Joe versus Brock would be awesome. But as of right now, I feel like they'd have some trouble building that. And Finn never lost it. That's a good start. I don't think Finn would get destroyed completely one-sidedly against Brock, but I feel like that match is easier to push and book than Joe is right now. And then the other three I just don't see happening. So I have to say Finn, but even then, I'm not really sure. I mean, fuck it. They might get Bray Wyatt. I have no clue.
Well,
all I know is it's not going to be Roman.
So let's analyze these 5. Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins, already been done. And they've already been, champions recently. So,
well, I'm just looking at it from versus Brock. Bray hasn't done that.
Yeah. No, yeah, of course. Well, they have, though. They've done Wyatt versus Lesnar.
Yeah, but not in an actual match. They just kind of fumbled in the Rumble for a bit.
No, there was the 2-on-1 handicap at Roadblock.
Yeah.
Wow, I honestly don't remember that. Okay.
It was Wyatt and Harper versus Lesnar, and then Lesnar ate Harper and Bray walked out. That was the match.
Okay, sure.
But no, here's Finn, the whole, I have a rematch thing, that works, and that's justifiable, but think about it like this. It was going to be Braun at Great Balls of Fire. It was going to be Braun versus Brock. Anyone with a brain can know that.
Yeah.
Out of all the people in this match, if they want to go for something similar to that, what they originally had planned, Joe fits the descriptor better.
And also,
I feel
the other thing as well, just to piggyback off what Sam said, yeah, because Joe is kind of a monster. He's been built as a monster. And whilst I agree with Carmine in saying that he hasn't clicked with the crowd, that hasn't really stopped modern day WWE doing what they want to do. They fucking push Roman to the moon, even though they boo him. So I think that even if he's not clicking with the crowd, I mean, Cesaro clicks with the crowd and he still gets held back. So
he's just going to moniker all the wrestlers you mentioned.
Oh, okay. So they still hold Cesaro back. So I don't think the Cloud,
Cloud Strife is going to face Brock Lesnar.
The fucking Cloud service, the iCloud service is going to face Brock Lesnar. Yes.
There's our 2 points of reference for you, ladies and gentlemen.
What the crowd think. So I think Joe would be better. And the other thing as well that you've got to take into perspective, like Sam said, it's supposed to be Braun. Braun's out, so he's probably going to be used for SummerSlam instead, which means that this is going to be a short program. This is probably going to be the one and only match. You could probably drag out Finn versus Brock, I would say, for the autumn-winter period. That could be the Raw program for that couple of months. I think if Joe is that new, he has a shot here. It's a one-time deal only. It won't hurt Joe. If Finn does it, because it's a one-time deal, if he gets, like Andy thinks, will get destroyed, it will destroy his credibility in my eyes because he's the first Universal Champion and then gets destroyed in his first rematch. And then he never gets another shot because it goes straight to Braun. No, you've got a program there that could be a bit more of a main event pull for a couple of months down the line. I think Joe makes more sense from a creative standpoint and from a creative standpoint. I know the way of going with that. I was going to say financial standpoint, but with the network, they get your money anyway. So yeah, from a creative standpoint, I think Joe makes more sense.
And the only other thing is that, that part of that I agree with if they went the route of Finn getting fucking annihilated by Brock Lesnar, but I also don't think they would do that. And they're pushing Finn real fucking hard, and it wouldn't surprise me a bit to have him win this match and have a pretty decent fucking match with Brock Lesnar that he inevitably loses.
See, I do like Finn, but I just feel like if he wins tonight, I feel like it might be turning into a Roman Reigns situation where he's getting pushed too much too quickly. I think you have.
But he won't win the title.
Yeah, but I think you have an opportunity here to push this down into sort of September and use that for the next couple of months for Brock Lesnar.
What does he do until then?
I think there's a chance for him to wrestle other people. I mean, who's to say he can't? Have
Wait,
a
what?
program?
We're talking about Finn, right? What does Finn
Yeah,
do?
like who's
He
to say
feuds with
can't have-
Bray.
Yeah, who's to say? I was literally about to say Bray. Who's to say he can't have a feud with Bray? That can go on for a little bit. You've got the Demon versus Bray Wyatt. They're both mind games. That's quite an interesting.
Oh, I'm so sick of Bray getting fucked.
He's
so
had the
sick of it.
belt this year. He's not doing his worst. He's fine.
And he's had some of the worst matches in human history.
Oh, fuck off, Andy.
No.
Just fuck off. You're wrong. You are actually wrong. Go.
Anyway, who's
eat a
to say?
dick.
Who's to say that Bray wouldn't win? Like that could be quite interesting.
I mean, that would be great, but I don't see it happening.
I mean, who the fuck is to say that he won't rekindle his relationship with Braun Strowman?
I don't know if I want that to happen.
I
Yeah,
can
I don't
see
want
Bray. I
Hey,
can
we
literally
don't know
write anybody.
anything. We don't know anything.
No, I know, darling. Let me make my point, please.
I hate it when people call me darling.
Insane.
I hate it.
Call him Sunshine instead. Go full Regal on it.
Okay, so with Wyatt winning the belt by, I'm not even gonna I'm just gonna wait for them to finish fucking around. Are we done with the fuckface and Chewy show, guys? Yeah,
So,
we done. Let me say the point.
I think that
I think that
Finn versus Brock could be the winter program that tides him over through to Roman Reigns. That's
Maybe.
my theory.
All right,
Maybe.
so final.
the idea that Bray beats
Uh,
AJ Styles and John Cena clean in the same evening, and then Jinder becomes champion overnight. There's no, you can literally write anybody to win any match.
Yeah.
There's no believability anymore. So realistically, everyone except Roman and Rollins has a chance of winning here.
I genuinely
Yeah.
do believe right now that WWE is being booked by 2K17. I genuinely believe that right now.
They're just putting it into the creative mode and hitting simulate.
Yeah, that's what's happening. And they're just seeing what goes on. They're just seeing, yeah, we'll book
So
that.
it's plagiarizing the Brawl booking method then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
They saw how well it
Or
was
the
working for
outcomes
Brawl.
anyway.
They saw
Yeah,
how
we
well it
make
was working
match-
for Brawl, and they were like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, they saw how well
They're
Brawl
doing
was
so
doing
well
with
with
its
their victory code.
Victory tune.
Yeah, Victory Show got a whole 10 views. Let's copy that. That's successful.
Wow,
Hey,
we
but
did a
no,
very
I
own
think-
fucking thing. Well done.
Because not many people have seen it. They wouldn't know where they nicked it from. Think about it that way. It's probably more realistic that they've seen something with 10 views over something with 100,000 views. I'll nick there's something with 10 views.
Sure.
Because they don't know where it's from. There you go.
So, like, we're all in agreement. It's not going to be Seth. It's not going to be Roman, right?
Yeah, and it's probably not going to be.
I mean, I'd like it to be Seth because fuck me, does Seth need something to make people care about him?
All right, so
I think, you know what? Earlier I said, whoever wins the Intercontinental title should fight like Samoa Joe or whatever. Even if Samoa Joe doesn't win this, Seth should go after the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That should be the next thing for him because he does need something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
And Seth versus Dean for another belt? Fuck yes.
Final predictions.
Now you
then.
can speak, Andy.
All right, final predictions then.
Well, I mean, with
Uh,
Wyatt, like, you have the idea that he can have... he can have any belt that he wants. Like, he could go to the mid-card and he'd be fine. Literally, anyone who doesn't win this is going to be fine. Roman, they
Yeah.
can right to do anything they fucking want. So, really, we're all winners here, whoever wins this match. And it's actually
This
difficult
is a
to
good
predict.
match. This is a well-booked match.
The only problem with this is that we know, like, whoever wins this is going to lose at Great Balls of Fire.
That's
That's
the
the only
thing.
problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine to have an unpredictable match, but when the next step is obvious,
It's almost like they never should have put the belt on Goldberg and then gave it to Lesnar because it was a fucking stupid idea.
They should just stop with Reigns. Just stop. Stop with that.
So your prediction.
But the thing with
So my one will be Finn Balor.
I'll stick with Finn Balor.
you know what? I'm going to change to Balor.
Wow, I'm the only one sticking on the
Right.
J train.
All right, so that's that then.
Do you know it doesn't matter if you've got more people on your side? I'm still the champion.
Yeah, well, back off.
All right, have you been making notes about this? What you've predicted? Like, what are the odds here? Let's see what we're working with.
I have
We
a
don't pull out their fucking phones because we're both doing
Well, let me
it.
pull out my notes as well.
Oh god, I haven't been making notes, but I know who I chose, so it's fine. So I said, da, 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 da.
Who's that?
Let's see. Apollo Crews. Shut up, Apollo Crews.
Shut up!
On Sasha
Shut
Banks.
up! You're
Austin
ruining
Aries,
everything.
The
You're making me
Hardys.
sad.
I'm talking.
The other thing about Bray Wyatt in this fatal five-way,
Favorite match of the
He's
5
gone.
men.
He's gone.
this favorite five-way.
He's not gone. He's just standing up. Sit down.
I'm sad.
I don't like what they're doing to me. Please stop.
You know what? Fuck it. I know what I predicted. So there you go. Happy now. Fuck it. There you go.
No, we're not happy. Be normal. Stop getting upset.
Okay. So I've got Alexa Bliss. I mean, I wish, but no.
Oh, fuck it. You always have to take it to that, don't you? Why?
Hey guys, sex joke. I don't have a problem.
I don't have a problem, guys. Believe me.
Please.
Finn Balor.
Fern Burler.
Fern Burler.
My girl, guys, is Fern Burler.
This is my Irish accent impression. Here's a Fern Burler.
Well, on that note,
My fucking face hurts.
good time to end.
Oh, okay, you don't want to go over mine? Okay,
Oh,
that's fair.
okay.
Stop! Just stop trying to end the show 2 hours before we're meant to. Calm down.
Welcome to Extreme Suplah. Goodbye.
We're done. We blitzed through it all. See you.
I just want the pain to stop.
It never stops at the Suplah.
Can we have a brawl event called "I Just Want the Pain to Stop"?
So,
Apollo Crews,
Please go over Andy's picks again, because I honestly was not paying a single bit of
All right,
attention.
let's do this again then. Fuck. Apollo Crews. Rich Swann, Sasha Banks. Austin Aries. The Hardy Boys. Alexa Bliss. Dean Ambrose. And Finn Balor.
Okay.
I've gone with Apollo Crews, Rich Swann and Sasha Banks, Neville, The Hardys, Alexa Bliss, The Miz, Samoa Joey.
Okay, so there's only 3
So there
matches
is some
different with you
difference
guys.
here.
There's gonna be
So there's no way you'll tie. That's good.
Yeah, there's no way we're gonna tie. There's no way we're gonna tie. So I will be retaining my belt. So it's very exciting times.
Well, actually, you could potentially tie if you both get one wrong and then another one of the 5 wins that we didn't account for.
Sharp Carmine. I'm gonna retain.
Oh, you're not going to retain.
He's a
What
fan.
happens in the event of a tie? I don't even know.
The belt gets vacated and then we have to fight for the belt.
What, like a fist fight? What does that mean?
Well, we need to decide.
UFC.
We have to decide what will be the.
Suddenly,
I would love to see a UFC level fight between you two.
In a cage.
Okay, we don't have a cage. To be
We'll
fair.
buy a cage.
Could be one of those little kid cages. They used to put in a fucking infant. What?
No, just rent a bouncy house.
Fuck me! What an idea!
Let's get a bouncy castle.
Oh my god, yes!
Yes.
Let's just, you know what? Fuck it. It doesn't matter about the belt. Let's just get a bouncy castle
In the
tomorrow.
final fight.
No, it doesn't even matter. No, fuck the belt idea. We'll just get a bouncy castle tomorrow. Fuck it. For no reason.
Just bounce around for a couple hours.
Yeah,
and
we're up.
punch him in the face.
And then one of you would do a swanton bomb off the top of the castle.
Yes! We'll do that!
Yes!
Yes!
No.
What an idea!
Yes, Queen!
Fired. Yes, Queen! I don't know why I went
You just got to
Italian.
remind your ceiling that you like the idea. Agreed!
What concerns me is I went Italian when I was doing it. I was like, yes, Queen! Why was I doing the Italian thing?
Drag queens are not Italian.
Well, I mean, they can be, potentially.
yeah.
Oh,
I
fuck
mean,
off.
All right,
Fuck off,
Tumblr,
go
you
away.
just-
Leave me alone.
Steal your load. What?
We have 20 minutes left to fill. What do you want?
Well,
Make
we
fun
may
of
as well-
Andy more.
Should we just end it? Should we just end it?
No. Let's do broadcast or
Yeah.
something.
Hey,
Sick of
I
ending things early.
finally watched Batman vs Superman last night.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Was it the cinema version or the cinematically extended DVD home release video that featured a half hour and turned it into a 3-hour movie, which was way too long for a movie.
Oh, the extended is 3 hours. Then I watched the normal version.
Oh, right. Okay. The extended version doesn't do too much more, to be fair.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It all revolves around. I mean, it doesn't all revolve around it, but a lot of the problems.
Why are you Snapchatting right now?
Because I'm
bored and I'm also very fucking rude.
Oh, he's Snapchatting a girl who's got a girlfriend. You do know
Andy, there's like 3 levels to why that's not going to work out.
Maybe he's capable of just having friends.
I'm not sure.
We know that's not what it is.
Siri just fucking.
Thanks,
What did Siri do?
Siri just turned on for no reason.
Siri was like, "Sorry, I didn't hear what you said." That's because I'm not talking to you.
Anyway.
Oh,
Batman vs. Superman.
come on. Hello. Hi. Voidstorm has an idea in the chat.
Okay.
What's on?
He says fanfic.
Oh, yeah, let me pull that up.
Yeah.
Because
Can I
we
make a sandwich?
Fuck BBS.
Can you make a sandwich?
Can I go make a sandwich?
You already had a sandwich.
I haven't had a sandwich.
Have you not had a sandwich?
No, I had a
Can you
Chinese.
wait like 20 minutes?
I don't know. That's pretty long.
We're about to torture Andy in a weird way. Do you want to see that?
He's got to take a
Why
phone
is he
call.
leaving?
He's got to take a phone call.
All right, I'll talk about Batman vs Superman until he gets back. One of the major problems with the movie is the fact that Lex Luthor's play makes no goddamn sense.
Oh no, he's the Riddler.
It makes no
Jesse
fucking
Eisenberg
sense.
is playing the Riddler. I'm convinced
The
he's playing the
Rizzler.
Riddler. The Rizzler.
The Rizzler.
You know-
He
you
smokes
know
a
what?
lot.
That'd be a fucking better villain than what he was playing.
It was, yeah, Lex Luthor's not supposed to be that fucking crazy. He was a lunatic. But his plan makes no sense, and it revolves around the fact that he knows that Superman is Clark Kent and Batman is Bruce Wayne. How the fuck did he find that out?
By looking at him.
There you go then. I mean, Sam just answered the question for you.
Pretty easy to fucking tell. It's just a pair of glasses and some hair gel.
But Bruce Wayne, too. He found out Batman's identity, which is part of his plan. Then he peed in a jar and blew up a courtroom and made them fight.
I didn't understand the Granny's peach tea bit. I don't like you can piss in a jar.
Because there's a
and put
point, I kind of get it. It was just dumb, though. There's a point earlier in the movie where the senator's like, because they're in his room, like talking about importing the kryptonite.
Yeah,
and
and
she
she was like, you can piss in a pot and call it Granny's green pea tea. for some
I won't
reason.
drink it. And then she doesn't even drink the piss, does she?
No, because that'd be fucking disgusting.
Why the fuck is there a piss-drinking subplot in Batman vs. Superman? What are you talking
Because they
about?
needed to fill out 3 hours somehow, Sam.
The movie's not
Oh,
good.
yes, of
is
course.
your-
Fuck me, right?
The movie's not good is the answer.
No, but legit, why is that in there? I never knew this.
It's just a dumb throwaway thing to like reveal that he's got a plan to blow up the courtroom. It's dumb. It's bad.
Yeah,
By pissing into a jar.
yeah, even knowing like that line, I still don't understand how she linked the tea to a bomb in the court.
And I guess the idea is she doesn't necessarily know it's a bomb, but she knows something's not right, and then a bomb goes off. But yeah, exactly.
I
That
don't
face,
even
that
get it.
face
You're
you just made
explaining
says
it,
it
and I
all.
don't get it. Like, what the fuck?
And it's like he wanted Batman to steal the kryptonite, and like he intercepted checks from Bruce Wayne to the injured employee and sent them back with just red Sharpie on them saying you fucking killed your family. It's like, what is this plan?
Did you already see Suicide Squad before seeing Batman v Superman?
Yes.
So you knew that Superman dies at the end. I'm not fucking. You know what? I don't give a shit about spoiler. No one cares about these movies.
It's
anyway.
been long enough. It's fine.
I knew that Superman died even before I saw Suicide Squad, but yeah.
Okay, well there you go then.
And then the dirt at the end, it's just like, oh yeah, okay, he's in a healing coma.
I fucking hate the idea of like the Superman died, and it's like, no, he didn't. He's fucking Superman.
I
He doesn't
hate Super-
die. Why are you lying?
I hate Superman so much because he can't even fucking die right.
That's
It-
a bit extra.
I mean, why? In all honesty, why didn't he just say, "Hey, Diana, can you just
Dude,
there's a spear. There's a spear. What? I'm weak to this. You're not. and you're just as powerful, if not more powerful than me, by the way, just saying, if we're going by the books. And she's like, why are you saying this? What books? Don't
What
worry
books
about
are you
it.
talking about? You're crazy.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it, Diana. Just get the spear and just shove it in his back. Just fucking just like that. And I'll support it. I'll clap.
No,
along.
not even that. If they had done any thinking for 3 seconds, hey, Bruce, shoot him with a kryptonite gas like you already did. Then I'll punch him. And then, Diana, you come in with the spear. Like,
Yeah, there you go. But no, he had to be a martyr. He had to be a martyr. And he had to sacrifice himself.
the sacrifice makes no
No, he
sense.
can't.
Wonder Woman was fucking better than both of them.
Yeah.
If any
Just
movie
look
deserves
at
to be
the
better,
theme.
it was Wonder Woman.
It's
Like, that's
got
a good
such a
thing.
good theme.
Like, I didn't have any interest in seeing her movie, but then I keep hearing it's amazing. And then I saw this last night. It makes me want to see her movie. I don't give a fuck about either of them.
Yeah. Speaking
Oh
of
wait,
DC
someone
movies,
someone pointed out what the whole piss thing was about in the chat.
Okay, go for it.
Brian Martinez says the point of the piss. Can't believe I fucking have to say this. The point of the piss was so that the senator would think of Lex Luthor in her final moments before the bomb went off.
Okay, that's vague, but all right, sure, why not?
Movie logic.
fair enough.
I will say there were 2 great things about this movie: Wonder Woman and the scene where Batman beats up all the Russian thugs to save Martha Kent. That was fucking awesome.
Speaking of DC movies, a little bit of kind of fun trivia, but it starts off with a really sad, but it gets into fun, so bear with me.
Okay.
Zack Snyder has left Justice League. He's left the Justice League movie. He was obviously the director of it. He's left the Justice League movie whilst it's in post-production because his daughter committed suicide back in March.
Oh no.
Yeah, so he had to. I mean, he tried. He said he tried to work through it, but he just couldn't. He couldn't bring himself to keep going. So he's going. He's left the film to take some time off and be with his family. They have got a temporary replacement director. Do you know who it is? If
I
you do
don't.
know Sam,
Yes.
Sam
I know
knows.
this.
Don't say
I think
I
I
don't
told
know.
you this.
it is Joss Whedon.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Joss Whedon has taken over Justice League. The guy who brought the Avengers to the screen is now.
And then had to quit because it was too hard.
Yeah.
And everyone hated him, apparently.
That I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah,
he's taken
Tumblr fucking
over.
hates Joss Whedon now for some fucking reason. I can't.
Why?
I think it's something to do with the way he treats women or something on screen.
I thought,
don't know.
but I thought he was a big empowerer of women.
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
don't
as
know, man.
familiar with his work. If they're just basing that off the Avengers, you can throw that blame on Marvel.
Well, I mean, hey, Joss Whedon did Buffy, right?
Yes.
So then, yeah, what the fuck are they talking about?
I don't know. I didn't pay any attention to what they were saying. I just saw fuck Joss Whedon, Black Widow, and Hulk, and I'm like, I want to go to bed.
He didn't write the movie; he just directed it.
I don't fucking know.
No, I'm
just,
not saying it's on you. I'm just saying like their logic makes no sense.
I don't even know if that
It's
was
like-
their
it's like-
logic, though. I just saw it on Tumblr.
it's like trying to blame Joss Whedon for Alien Resurrection. Yes, he wrote the original treatment, but apparently they butchered it so much, but they still gave him a writing credit, so he gets lumped with the blame.
Speaking of Alien, has anyone seen Covenant yet?
Yes.
Is it bad?
Yes.
Okay,
No,
I keep
no,
hearing that.
No, it's okay. If you like Prometheus,
Oh,
then
no.
you'll like Alien Covenant.
Oh, that's bad.
If you didn't like Prometheus, you won't like Alien Covenant.
Oh,
If you
man.
don't like Prometheus, but you like Alien, like a certain somebody currently speaking, then you will find it incredibly disappointing.
Damn, dude, that sucks. This one looked promising.
Well,
That's the
it's
thing
just that-
nowadays. Something can look promising, but then it comes out and you're very disappointed.
Well, no.
Like with DC.
The problem is, I got duped by the marketing because
Oh, yeah.
it's marketed
Always.
as it's marketed as an Alien movie. It's not. It's a Prometheus movie.
Ugh.
Spoiler
But there's an
alert.
alien in it, right? And then the alien kills them in the shower, right?
Headbutts the windshield.
Can I say that slight spoiler about something, but it doesn't spoil too much about the plot.
Go.
Alien, the title character of this movie, doesn't show up until 2/3 of the way into the film.
Oh, that's
If
not
it's
even
got the
music
Godzilla
to my
problem.
disappointed ears.
So it's
Yeah.
the Godzilla problem.
Yeah, so it felt to me it was a Prometheus sequel, and even then, I still didn't understand really what was going on. I didn't really understand Prometheus, and then I'm watching this, and I'm just like, where the fuck is where is the alien that just bites people's brains out? That's all I want. And then a friend of mine was like, "Oh, I really liked Alien Covenant." I was like, "Okay, why?" He was like, "Well, I just thought it was different." Okay. And he's like, all people want now, they just want the same. They want the first Alien film. Well, yeah, because the first Alien film was good.
Oh my god.
That's probably that's why I wanted it. So yeah.
Oh, that argument itself fucking exhausts me. Like, it's different, therefore it's good, even though it's not.
No.
It's just because it's different, that doesn't make it good.
I mean,
Just because, like, okay, everyone knows
that's
that
what I'm
Hollywood
saying.
personality
Let's
is now, but
hang
it's
on.
like, come on.
Let's just take it back to DC for a second, right? Jared Leto's Joker was different. Still didn't think it was good, but I don't have to say he was good because he was different to Heath Ledger or different to Jack Nicholson. He was different. I didn't like the interpretation though, personally. So
And I'll say this, because I usually use I liked it because it was different. But normally when I say that, it's because what was happening before was getting old. So the different is refreshing, and that in itself is good. Just because it's different does not make it good, though. And that's what I agree with. And in the sense of Aliens, it wasn't getting old. It was just good, so why change it?
yeah,
You didn't have to make another Alien movie. You didn't have to do that. You could have just, I don't know, done Predator instead.
Please?
I like Alien, but I would have rather have had a film that was really true to spirit of the Alien films. It was a Prometheus sequel. That's what it was. It was Prometheus. Oh, also, I got popcorn.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you got to redeem that.
No, but right, because I mentioned with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, you didn't get your
cast,
popcorn, yeah.
I didn't get the popcorn, but I did with Alien Covenant, and they did this thing, right? They did something special. They put M&Ms in the popcorn.
That sounds weird.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So
Why is that a thing that you can experience and I can't? Why is that a thing?
It's a thing that happens, and I got salt popcorn, and I asked for M&Ms, and I thought because it was like £1 extra for M&Ms, I thought, oh, fuck me, I'm gonna get the big bags of M&Ms, like the big bags of M&Ms, not like the mini bags, like the big bags. You know what I mean? Not the bags, the bags, not the bags, the bags. Right?
Say different words, please.
I was just gonna pour the M&Ms in there. No, she was like a handful. I was like, for £1, I got like 5 M&Ms, and also weren't worth it.
That's how cinemas work.
It was just like she was like, yeah, I love the salt and savory like combination. I'm like, no, it just tastes like shit, mate.
Savory's not even the right word. That's a sweet and salty combination.
What's savory?
Savory's like meat.
Meat.
Yeah, meat.
Meat. I thought you said neat. I was like, what's neat?
Savory is neat.
Yeah, savory. Neat. Neat. Oh, okay. Wow, that would be weird if you just.
Who wants to see some posters I got at Comic-Con last weekend?
There you go.
A bit of steak in your popcorn. Actually,
Yeah,
that'd be
that's not
interesting.
So I got 2 bits of art for £5.
Where the fuck is Andy?
He's hiding because he doesn't want the fanfic. Because so fuck Andy, right? But check it out. They're like newspaper things, like dictionary rather. They're dictionary definitions of the characters that are on it. So I got G for Guardian.
Oh, neat.
Cool.
Guardians of the Galaxy. And I also got P for Poison Ivy.
Oh, sick.
That's
like
that's
that.
very sexy.
And that's going to go right next to my... I'm going to show you where it's going to go, actually. This is my wall at the moment.
That's a good wall.
Pinboard, we got anime art, we got Joker.
I have that same Joker poster.
We got Harley.
I don't have that.
We got Deadpool. Wait. We got Deadpool. And we got Rick Grimes.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
I'm going to scoot along my epic fucking Dawn of the Planet of the Apes poster. And I'm going to put those 2 on there. It's going to be great.
Nice.
Now watch me struggle to put this on with a fucking tripod again like I did at the start of this.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this thing.
like a 90s music video.
Maybe. I don't know anymore. Oh, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Fuck it.
Great. Hello.
So Andy's gone.
Yeah, we're just without Andy now.
You just drag him back in.
With 5, no, we may as well finish the show without him. With 5 minutes left to spare, just very quickly, vote this Thursday, everyone in the UK. Vote.
Yeah.
Very important day coming up in.
What is it for? For people like me that don't know what you're talking about.
It's the general election to elect a prime minister. That may be Theresa May or it may be Jeremy Corbyn. I will not give my political beliefs on either one right now.
Why do I feel like you guys just had one of these?
We had one
2 years ago. This is called a snap election. Yeah. This is called a snap election. Theresa May called it, and they can do that. So she's called an election.
It's supposed to be every 4 years, but she did it.
No, it's every 5 years. Every 5 years. We're not. And also the other thing as well, which we need to point out to, because I don't think Carmine, you know how our political system works compared to how it works in America.
He literally only talks to Andy about this. All he knows is that Labour exists.
Yeah, I know.
Conservatives exist as well. But what we do when we vote, because when you guys vote, you vote for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump in the last election. Not every election, because that's a dictatorship.
Yeah, it's always those two.
Yeah, it's always those two. But
how Obama won, I'll never know.
Yeah, it's fucking. You know what? No one saw that coming. No one. Saw it. Everyone knew Barack. They were just like, yeah, Barack seems like a cool guy.
Let's throw his name in the hat.
Let's just throw his name in that. But what we do is you vote for your local MP, not for the Prime Minister. So you would vote for. So we're in Lincolnshire. We would vote for our Conservative, Labour, UKIP. I mean, I don't want to get political, but not UKIP. You would vote for that person. You wouldn't vote for, say, Theresa May. You would vote for.
So you'd vote for a party, not a person?
Yes, we vote for the party, not the person.
That's sort of how the Electoral College kind of is supposed to work. Weirdly not. Dude, our election system is so fucking weird.
That's why we don't talk about politics, because it gets complicated. You have to explain everything.
I mean, I don't want to say anything, but I don't understand how someone could win the popular vote and still not win. But I mean, I don't know enough about American voting and politics.
Basically, we
want to do this.
I'm just going to explain how our system works. Really, I'm not going to go into like who's better, but our votes. I mean,
we have literally 3 minutes left. Is it going to take long?
I don't know. It basically. Everything is split into districts, and so people in that district vote, and whichever side gets the highest number of votes, that district is on that side now. And then the districts total up into the state, and so now the state is on that side. And then each state represents a certain number of electoral votes, and there's like 300 or I don't fucking remember total. And then each state puts their votes into whatever side they were supposed to go to based on that. Right. And then whoever gets the highest number of electoral votes, or there's also like a threshold. Like if you get a certain number, that's just it, you've won. And then at that point, that's the winner. So there are ways because of that certain the popular vote can be higher than the electoral vote because there's fucking weird math shit that goes on with the district. Fucking, it's dumb. It's dumb.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, that's how it works basically.
So, because ours it's done on seats in Parliament, I believe.
And the number of votes that a state gets is based on its population, and then you also get +2 for the Senate. Because in the House of Representatives is based on population, but then the Senate, every state is equal and gets 2. So then it's fucking weird.
When are we next going live, by the way? I feel like we should.
You don't know weird until there's a thing called a hung parliament. That's when it gets weird.
Not even gonna ask.
Don't want to talk about hung parliament. I want to talk about the plugs we have to do at the end of each show.
We have a show every week. It's called the Suplah. Watch it.
We also do the broadcast sometimes. Watch that. Listen to that. Don't watch it. It's not a visual show.
We have a gaming channel. Suplah Gaming.
We do have that.
Go look at it.
Yes, we do.
We have
play games on it.
Games and Grand Theft Auto. Suplah Grand Theft Auto, to be fair.
You could also pull up the games I fucking Liam.
and Suplah Zelda and Suplah Smash Brothers and Suplah Skyrim. Those are games.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then we have Suplah Brawl that comes out every once in a while. You can watch that. But that's on the main channel.
What's
have
the
a
next
pa-
event called?
We have a Patreon.
It's going to be Blue Thunder.
We're
Yeah.
announcing the match card on Twitter. Go follow us on Twitter at the Suplah to find out. What's about Patreon, Liam?
We have a Patreon.
We do. Donate money to us fucking idiots that talk about things you don't want us to talk about. it'll be fun. And we will next be live in 2 weeks for Suplah in the Bank, where we hang Andy from the ceiling and we try to get him down over the course of 2 hours.
And if we don't get him within 2 hours, then oh well, he's stuck there.
He's just
There you
going to raise up into the ceiling. Just
There you go.
fade away.
Right.
I want to fade away right now, actually. Goodbye.
We're going. Goodbye. Bye. Oh,